on 94.9 KDXU, not far down the dial from 97.7, so you can flip back and forth between the two games on radio if you're out and about, or you can watch this game on our website. Right on the homepage, we've tweeted a link. We put it on. Put it up on the Devin Dixon Show Facebook page. Put it on our Instagram. So lots of ways that you can find the link to watch this game. CECTV's YouTube page also. If you just search CECTV YouTube, you'll find the link to watch this game, and should be a good one. No radio coverage of Canyon View Dixie, but we will get you score updates all night long. And then that Cedar Hurricane game will be on 590 KSUB or the KSUB website, where you can listen live if you're a Hurricane fan and can't make it up to Iron County tonight. We'll take a 60-second break. When we come back, we'll kind of wrap up our Ideal Home and Paint Region 9 live show built by Bucks Ace Hardware, and kind of segue into the Interior Design Center pregame show as we get closer and closer to the tip-off of all 4 Region 9 basketball games. Also, we'll get you some Jazz updates throughout the night, since normally we'd have Jazz, but they're in Milwaukee tonight. But with our local coverage, don't have that. Go to TV if you're looking for the Jazz game. But we will get you some updates on that throughout the evening as well. 60-second timeout. Lots more coming up after this. Final segment here for us in our Ideal Home and Paint Region 9 live show built by Bucks Ace Hardware. Again, here are your matchups tonight in Region 9 hoops. We've got Dixie hosting Canyon View, and then you've got Hurricane up at Cedar, 590 KSUB, or the KSUB website for the coverage in Hurricane Cedar. Chris Holmes will have the call in that game. Then right here on 97.7 ESPN, pregame coming up here in less than about 8 minutes. That's when you'll find Andy Thompson, Rustin Burnside, and then Andy Griffin and I, we're here at the Thunderdome getting you ready for a battle of unbeatens. Crimson coming, what about maybe an 8-minute drive from Crimson over to Desert Hills High School? If that, it don't take you too long depending on you know, traffic or a stoplight. There's only 1 or 2 stoplights.
River Road, baby, right on over,
Yep. And this one's, you know, going to be worth the price of admission. I wish we had all 1,800 fans that are, you know, seats for here tonight. We'll probably have about 400, maybe 450 with the students and parents, depending on how many, you know, players use all the parents' tickets that are allotted. You would have more students here at Desert Hills, but the drill team is performing up in Bountiful, and so
I didn't know that.
There's 42 kids on the Tempest line. You figure
plus all their parents would have been allowed to
right,
get in.
Right. So you would have had a lot bigger crowd if they were not competing up north this weekend. So it is what it is, but I mean, just the crowd and just a little buzz from the JV game right now, which is tied at 53-53. There's a little bit more electricity in the crowd, which is a good thing for the players, because players want to play in front of a crowd.
Yeah, I was just looking at the matchups, Devin. Both these teams 9-0. Both these teams are mostly blowing everyone else. You know, they have 3 common opponents so far this season. All 3 of them played Green Canyon, Payson, and Spanish Fork. They all beat, obviously, with a 9-0 record, those 3 teams, as Crimson takes a lead here in the JV game with 30 seconds left. You compare scores, they're actually pretty close. They both beat Green Canyon by 13. Crimson beat Payson by 19, whereas Desert Hills only beat Payson by 7. But Desert Hills beat Spanish Fork by 12. Crimson only beat Spanish Fork by 9. So, can you glean
Point
anything out of that?
differential is within 5-7 points.
Yeah.
Maybe
Pretty
a
close.
slight advantage in the numbers, but some teams match up better against other teams. And I know the RPI is doing, your head-to-head and then your opponent's win percentage, your opponent's win percentage. But, you play good teams, you beat good teams, and you're going to be fine when it comes to that. And both these teams have played some good teams. I actually was a little bit surprised when the debut RPI rankings came out on Monday because I felt like the Skyview and Ridgeline win for Desert Hills in their first 2 games of the season would have carried a little more weight than some of the like Manti and Richfield and some of the teams that were smaller classification teams that Crimson had beaten. But I was wrong because when it came down to opponents' win percentage, Crimson actually had about 7 or 8 percentage points more there, which carried them ahead of Desert Hills overall, even though that's weighted the least. And, they changed the formula on that, and head-to-head means the most, and opponents' win percentage second most, but they're still calculating 3 things, and it all factors in.
By the way, JV game, 2 seconds left. Crimson had a chance to ice and missed free throws. So Desert Hills at the other end draws a foul. 2 free throws could tie it with 2.5 seconds left. We might have overtime, JV.
Yeah, Chomp Jones drew the foul. Been getting a little bit of time. The varsity, he's just a sophomore, big, strong, mature sophomore, though, for Desert Hills. Boston Holbrook is playing in his final game, too. His dad told me that he's got to have a procedure, so they're going to have to shut him down for the season.
Oh, that's too bad.
Because it's the doctors are telling him it would be much better while he's growing to do it now. He's able to play tonight, but this will be the last time he plays tonight. Right now, newcomer to Region 9 is Britton Johnson. Former running U, did some broadcasting with the Utah Jazz.
Great player back in the day.
His son is a sophomore on Crimson Cliff's team. He's about 6'6", just a sophomore. And, in fact, Britton's going to come on the show, the Devin Dixon show, here on 97.7 on Monday. It will be the first time we've had Britton on the show. We're excited to talk some Jazz and some high school and just, running Utes basketball. And Chomp Jones just hit both free throws.
That first one, it hit front rim, side rim, backboard, back rim, and rolled in. Second one was pretty. First one was lucky.
Yeah. Treg Holbrook drawing up a play in the Desert Hills huddle, and then Coach Fairborn is drawing up a play over there in the Crimson Cliffs huddle as we could be going. Let's keep it here for just a little bit longer here because I know we got to get you over to Snow Canyon on 97.7 ESPN in just a couple of minutes. But, Andy, final thoughts on the matchups tonight. We're at the game I think most people have the most interest in, and looks like it could go either way depending on who plays good.
Yeah, really a chance for Cedar and Dixie to get big wins, blowout like double digits, maybe 20-point wins. And then, watch out for Pineview. I think Snow Canyon will win that game, but Pineview's just dangerous enough that if they get hot, they can beat a good team on their court. But I still think Snow Canyon wins that, and like you said, 9-0 right here. This is where it's at tonight.
I was kind of disappointed, too, not to see Dominic and Marcus McKenzie. They have stepped aside. They're not with the Pineview Panthers basketball team anymore.
I didn't know that.
They didn't play Wednesday, didn't dress Wednesday, and so they decided to focus on the track and then their football recruiting, which I get because you're a 3-sport star. It's tough to do. And if your heart's not in it, they aren't really, basketball kids. Their college tuition is getting paid for by playing football. Yeah. So, you got to take that into consideration. But 2 less athletes over there for Pineview. But that opens up the door for some other guys to try to step up and help Coach Eves tonight against a tough big man. Maybe the biggest recruit as far as bigs go in Region 9. The next big thing, I guess. He's only a sophomore, Lyman Simmons. He was second All-State as a freshman last year.
Great player, great size, great lines. I love the way he plays, and he's only a 10th grader. If the arc continues, and it doesn't always, but if the arc continues, he is going to be first-team All-Stater in the next couple of years, and he's going to be a Division I athlete.
Yeah, no question about it. We'll take a break. And we'll say goodnight from Desert Hills for those of you on 97.7 ESPN. After the break, Andy Thompson, Rustin Burnside will bring you Snow Canyon versus Pineview. If you want to listen to Crimson and Desert Hills, flip over to 94.9. We're going to fire up the Interior Design Center pregame show in just a couple of minutes as well. And you can watch this game, tip-off 7:30, but they are going to overtime, so it might be more like a 7:38, 7:40 tip. between the varsity teams because the JV is going to overtime. But the tip-off originally scheduled for 7:30. I know we'll be up on the TV on YouTube, CECTV on YouTube. You can watch it on our website, sportsradio977.com. Have your kids show you how to put it up on your smart TV from your smartphone. And then, of course, if you have TDS cable, you can watch it on channel 108. So hope to have you in for Snow Canyon, Pineview, or Crimson Desert Hills. And, again, thanks to our friends at Finley Subaru, Ideal Home and Paint, Camping World, East West Anodyne, and Buck's Ace Hardware, and our friends at Handles Homemade Ice Cream. We'll take the break. When we come back here on 97.7, Snow Canyon hosting the Pineview Panthers, and Andy and I will flip over to 94.9 for more pregame between Crimson and Desert Hills. Stay with us, folks.
We're good. All right, everybody. Hey, welcome. We have got high school basketball, and it is pretty much high school basketball at its best here. As welcome to 890 94.9 KDXU, and also those of us joining us on the stream online. Andy Griffin, Devin Dixon, we have a treat in store. I know it's only January 8th. It's early in the season. We've got 7 weeks of basketball left, but Devin, it doesn't get much better than two undefeated teams playing basketball tonight.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of excitement. I've had a number of calls and texts, and it's been fun chatting with a lot of people about this game tonight. People are really excited to see kind of who can, kind of take that inside track, get a big region win head-to-head, even though it's early in the season, and really probably be number one in the RPI rankings come, tomorrow morning or whenever they update them next, because they are 1 and 2 right now. And I'm not sure how I feel if I'm more in tune with the, say the top 5 rankings for each classification, like the Des News or KSL does, or the RPI rankings. I've kind of navigated more to the RPI rankings because that's what matters as far as seeding goes for the state tournament, which is in just 2 months' time.
Yeah, everything else is just for fun. The RPI is what matters. And you say, well, okay, RPI, the top 10 teams are going to get a bye, so what does it matter? Well, I'll tell you what, you got region championships on the line. It really does matter, Devin. And we got a long way to go. Dixie has a lot to say about this. Don't forget about Cedar and Snow Canyon. But the bottom line right now is you want to be as high as you can in the RPI.
Yes, you do. And these two teams can't go much higher. They're 1-2. They're 9-0. And Coach Casey Winters, as soon as he got hired for the Crimson job, I went, oh, that's a home run. I mean, you know, 2 stints as an assistant coach with Coach John Judkins, played for Coach Judkins, played for Idaho collegiately. Just a tremendous, tremendous hire for Crimson Cliffs to start this program, and they have fast-tracked it. Remember when Ridgeline came in their very first year, and they had Jackson Brenchley and his little brother, Landon Brenchley, and they win the state championship their first year. That does not happen in any state very often, where you see a new school come in. But with the growth in Southern Utah, with the realignment, Crimson has fast-tracked this, and their basketball program this year has to be considered a state championship contender. And Desert Hills, I mean, Desert Hills had an up-and-down regular season last year, not really great at all. It was kind of a head-scratcher for Coach Wade Turley. He couldn't get consistent play out of his guys. Then they kind of made a little run at the end of the season and got all the way to the quarterfinals before bowing out, losing to Skyview. And I think they've kind of refueled now with Coach Turley resigning, Coach Allred coming back in. This is a great chess match tonight. I know Coach Allred's feeling a little bit under the weather tonight. Hope he gets hydrated and can hold his fluids down, because when I was chatting with him, he's been battling a migraine all afternoon long, but he is here. He's not going to miss this game. And, you know, the coaches have different philosophies, but both these teams have a lot of talent that will be on display tonight.
Going to be a lot of fun. By the way, our title sponsor is Sullivan Homes. You know you only get one chance to build your dream home right. Don't screw it up. You want to call the guys at Sullivan Homes. Visit sullivanhomes.com today to find out how to do that. And our pregame sponsor is Interior Design Center. Go online, like them on Instagram, see some of the stylish looks, or visit interiordesigncenter.com. And Devin, pregame in a game like this, even though the crowd is not what it would normally be because of COVID-19, there's electricity in the air, and these kids are just a little bit more nervous than they would be in a mismatch type game. There's tension.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Trey Rockhill started his career at Desert Hills before you know, the realignment, and you know, you think he's not looking forward to playing against his old buddies. He guarantee it, he is. And Trey Rockhill is really stepped up in his senior season and is clearly the leader of this Mustang team. And then you look at Desert Hills, and they have a guy like Justin Judkins, who's maybe not the most vocal guy, but leads by example, by hard work and practice, such a high basketball IQ. And then a guy like Reggie Newby that can really kind of be a bulldog and go down and really defend in the post, but can shoot threes as good as about anybody. And then you mix in other great guards. Peyton Holmes won't play tonight. He's going to be out till next Friday. And that means Mason Landick and maybe Peyton's little brother Lincoln Holmes is going to have an expanded role in this game tonight. They'll probably start Vandermeide and go a little bit bigger, if I had to guess, who is a nice player to complement Keegan Munson that can play the 4 spot for Desert Hills. So there's matchups within matchups that are going to be really intriguing tonight. I think you're going to see Justin Judkins guard Trey Rockhill tonight. He is Desert Hills' best defender. He is elite. And I think you'll see Mason Landick probably spend some time either probably on Hudson Hawes, I would guess. And I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if they switch, or if the coach says, hey, whoever's guarding you, you guard them. That's going to be a chess match that we won't know until we get this thing going.
Well, a thing that you mentioned maybe, and that the thing that I've been impressed with Crimson Cliffs this year is, we're gonna try to slow down Rockhill with our best defender. What about Hudson Hawes? Oh, yeah, we're gonna try to slow down Hudson Hawes with somebody. Okay, well, you got those two slowed down a little bit. How about Cole Sampson? Who's going to guard Cole? I mean, the list goes on and on for Crimson Cliffs. This is a tough team to guard.
I think Reggie Newby will guard Eaton, and I think Munson will then take care of Felder, and then I think Vandermeide will probably end up guarding Cole Sampson tonight, and it could be mirrored. We'll just have to wait and see. But you're right. You know, we were talking about it a little bit earlier in our Region 9 live show over on 97.7 ESPN. The top 7-8 guys for these two teams are just about as good as anybody's in the region, let alone the state of 4A. I mean, they really have good benches too, and it could be which bench gives them, because I did the Crimson Pineview game on Wednesday. There was 20 fouls in the first half. Rock Hill had
Wow.
2. Felder had 3. Eaton had 2. They were in foul trouble and really couldn't get into a flow, and they really had to rely on their bench until that second half.
And we had opposite deal over out at Hurricane. There were, I think, a total in the entire game there weren't 20 fouls.
Wow.
Between the two teams, and that's both halves. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of fouls in this game because it's going to be an up-tempo, high-pressure game. So that's going to be something to watch. A lot of fouls.
Yeah, and it'll be intensity. I mean, and again, Crimson comes in scoring 77 points. Desert Hills comes in scoring just a shade under 69 points a game, and they really value tempo, possessions. There's some elite talent on the floor tonight.
Okay. Having said those two numbers, what's the magic number for victory? How many points does Desert Hills have to score to win? How many points does Crimson have to score to be the victor tonight?
I think when region rolls around, the scoring goes down. You look at the Pineview game for Crimson, they scored 63 the other night, right? You're averaging 79 going into that game, you score 63. So I would say probably right in that 60 to 63 range is kind of 65 maybe, a 65 range, because I think both these teams have really a chance to defend, contest threes. I think they're really good at both getting back in transition defensively, which some of their opponents aren't, and that's why their scoring is up. So I think that number does. I think it comes down right there in that mid-60 range.
I'm going to disagree. You and I usually agree on this kind of thing. I think 70 is the magic number. I think the team that gets to 70 wins this game.
Yeah, that means everybody's going to get the big score dessert, compliments of Holbrook Asphalt after the game. Anytime we have over 55, everybody can go to Yogurtland here in St. George and get 5 ounces free. So I think we shouldn't have any problem with that tonight. That 55 should be easily attainable.
Maybe in the third quarter.
Yep.
And by the way, the JV game is a 1-point game now. Desert Hills just took the lead with 15 seconds to go. Probably not going to be a second overtime here, but already a little bit of noise in the junior varsity contest.
Yeah, no question about it. And Jones is going to take a jumper, and he missed it. Rebound Thunder, and the foul. So 2.2 looks like Desert Hills JV probably going to hold on to win if he can make some free throws.
Yeah, they were down 2 just a moment ago. 3-point play on a lefty shot. I didn't get the kid's name that made the shot, but a lefty 3-point play. It was a block charge. It was a close call.
What number? Chomp Jones was a lefty.
Chomp. Yeah, it was Chomp.
He's a lefty on the team. You know, it's interesting. Austin Turnbow, who we saw running routes all season and was all-state, and this is his first time ever playing basketball.
Really?
Junior?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Turnbow.
He didn't play all the way up through?
No, and he looks really pretty good. Really looks fluid out there on the court. Yeah, these two JV teams, Travis Matthews out there, we'll see him play in the varsity game.
Yeah.
Lincoln Holmes, we'll see him play a little bit probably later on in the varsity game.
Especially
Bridger Jones saw a lot of time on Wednesday in the second half for Coach Winters. So, these are a couple of juniors and sophomores that we will see a little bit later on tonight. But extra session, that makes it fun for the fans on a Friday night.
Let's go back to, if we can, as the JV's in a timeout right now. We still have probably 15 minutes away from the varsity game. But let's go back to the schedule comparison. You look at Crimson Cliff's schedule. They're 9-0, obviously, just like Desert Hills. They played maybe a little bit lighter schedule than Desert Hills, I would say. They do have 3 common opponents. They both played Spanish Fork, Payson, and Green Canyon. Crimson Cliffs a little bit higher scoring against those teams, so the point differential a little bit more for Crimson Cliffs. But you look at some of the other opponents for Crimson Cliffs: Richfield, Real Salt Lake Academy, American Leadership Academy, not that great. Enterprise, not that great. Meanwhile, Desert Hills is playing Ridgeline, Skyview, Salem Hills, Maple Mountain. So I mean, if you look at it that way, you go, well, that's a tougher preseason schedule, and they have the same record as Crimson Cliffs. By the same token, you look at the same teams that they played. Crimson Cliffs has actually played better against the same opponents as Desert Hills. I think everything points to this game tonight being very, very close, really maybe coming down to whoever has the basketball last.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned the scoring points per game, but how about field goal percentage? Crimson this year is shooting a sizzling 53%. And Andy, you and I were talking about it earlier. That's 53%. And a lot of those are three-point shots. So that's a really good number for the Mustangs. And then you look at Desert Hills, they come in shooting 47% as a team. Rebounds, 24.4 a game for the Thunder, 28 per game for the Mustangs. Assists, Crimson, very unselfish, 15.3 assists per game. That's a good number for a high school basketball team. Desert Hills, 13 assists per per game. Steals, Desert Hills coming up with 7.4 steals on average. Crimson 10 steals on average. Blocks, Crimson's averaging 4.9 a game and 2.4 per game for the Thunder. So, you're seeing a little edge on some of those statistics as a team for Crimson, but not by much. Not by much. Blocks maybe a little bit. Yeah. 2 or 3 more blocks a game, that's a big deal, right? Unless you're swatting them into the fourth row and they get the possession back.
And you look at one of the numbers I like to look at. Yes, scoring per game is important. Points against per game. What did your opponent score? And that's actually very close. Desert Hills with the advantage there. They have allowed 56.6 a game this year. Crimson 59.4. So about a 3-point differential there.
Yeah, and really, that's why we love this head-to-head matchup, because you can look at all the stats and you can geek out and you can talk about this player matched up against this player, but until they get out there and do it, I mean, this is truly, if there was a line on this game, it would be a pick'em. I mean, maybe Desert Hills by 1 because they're at home. I don't know. They're so identical in record and so many statistical categories. But home court advantage in the NBA, the NFL, and even high school with not a full crowd, it's not as big as it normally might be. Probably more so in a game like this than it is in the bubble in Orlando.
Well, let's talk about the fact that the crowd is not going to be that big. Does that take away some home court advantage, do you think?
A little bit, yeah, I think so. And so that's what I'm saying is it's probably a pick'em type game or maybe a 1-point line for D Hills. But they were making some noise. You got 300-400 people that can still make some noise. And they were making some noise in that JV game that went to overtime a few minutes ago.
Yeah, it's not going to be the laser show in the packed house, but it's still going to be a pretty intense atmosphere. One thing Casey Winters said earlier today when he was on your show, on the Devin Dixon show, The Drive there, he said, you know what? This gym is very similar to our gym. He said, that I am grateful for because the sight lines, everything is pretty darn close.
Yeah, it's true. The school district done a good job over the years getting dialed in, and Pineview's actually got the biggest gymnasium. It seats about 2,300 people. Most of the gyms nowadays are about this, which is about 1,800 folks. You can put some standing room around the bleachers and stuff. So with the district limiting it to under 25% occupancy, that means we're not going to have more than 400 fans in here tonight, unfortunately. But don't worry, if you're listening on radio and you're headed home tonight, you can stream this game and watch and listen to Andy and I. Just go over to sportsradio977.com, or if you have TDS cable, go to channel 108. You can also, if you have a smart TV, go to YouTube and just search CECTV, and you can watch it on their YouTube page. So tons of ways to watch the game tonight.
We are plugged in, baby. Hopefully you're plugged in as well. High school basketball right here on News Radio 890, 94.9 KDXU. We will be back after a 90-second timeout with more of the Interior Design Center pregame show. It's the Mustangs and the Thunder for all the marbles early.
There's a rush coming.
Well, let's rush best 9 plays from last week in Region 9. Number 1 better be good.
One-handed grab, and Luke Wright is going to score a touchdown on one of the better grabs you'll ever see in high school football.
Lawrence, are you going to do anything, or are you just going to sit there?
This is Henry Bouchard, Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I never found a customer base more in need of fine American-made sucking power than I found up and down the Wasatch Front in the mid-1980s.
There's one thing coaches love, it's media guys telling them how good or bad their team is.
My pick for the 4A state championship this year when it comes to football is the Stansbury Stallions.
Give me a break. This isn't a contest about who can shovel the most corn silage. I like Pine View.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Welcome back, Andy Griffin and Devin Dixon live from the Thunderdome. It's Desert Hills High School taking on Crimson Cliffs High School. Early Region 9 advantage, man. This is just game 2 of region play, but these two teams have earned their stripes in the preseason. 9-0 overall for Crimson Cliffs, 9-0 overall for Desert Hills. We all felt like Dixie would be there at the end this year defending their state championship. I don't know that we really understood how good these two teams were going to be, Devin.
Yeah, I mean, in the preseason media poll, I'm big on what you did last year, so I voted Dixie number 1 with Finlayson and Bennett and Cox coming back. Forsey, yeah, I felt like they deserved to be number 1. But then I put Desert Hills 2. I put at 3 Cedar, and then at number 4 I had Snow Canyon and 5 Crimson.
Yeah.
And those 5 teams have kind of separated so far early on from Canyon View and Hurricane right now. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out tonight. This is a big one, though. You feel like this is a big one, a momentum-building game. The loser of this game is going to still be alive in the Region 9 race. They're still going to be alive to win the state championship. But the winner of this game gets a ton of confidence, and they'll go to number 1 or stay number 1 in the rankings come next week.
I think that if I were to kind of big picture it, this is a bigger game for Desert Hills because it's their home floor. If they win, well, they were supposed to win. If they lose, it's a big upset. For Crimson Cliffs, this is a chance to make that big, giant statement. Pull the flag out of the pocket and wave it in the air and say, guess what, Region 9, we're here and we're not going anywhere. So big, big game here between Crimson Cliffs and Desert Hills. Again, our pregame brought to you by Interior Design Center. Like them on Instagram to see some of the stylish looks or visit interiordesigncenter.com. Let's get into the keys to the game now. Our keys to the game brought to you by Camping World of St. George. You know your 2021 adventure starts at Camping World in St. George. Find huge selection of all the top brands, plus sales, parts, service, and a full retail store at 1500 Hilton Drive, or go to campingworldstgeorge.com. Key number 1, Devin Dixon.
Revenge. Kind of playing off what you just said, there's a little bit more pressure on Desert Hills. Last year they lost to the newcomer in Region 9 not once but twice.
Oh.
They lost 59-52 last year, and then the second meeting it was a 65-59 win. Crimson got them twice. So I think Desert Hills does have a little more pressure. All those players remember that happened last year. Justin Judkins hasn't forgotten that. Reggie Newby hasn't forgotten that. Then when you look at some of the stuff out on the court, I really think the three-point shot is going to be huge. Does Reggie Newby and Mason Landick and Justin Judkins, can they trade threes with Hudson Hawes, Cole Sampson, and, of course, Trey Rockhill? We'll see. We'll see. And then I think rebounding is going to be big. And the assist-to-turnover ratio, I think, in a game like this is going to be really big as well. And, to go back to the three-point comment for just a second, that means three-point defense as well as offense, because I think they're going to really have trouble contesting threes because both these teams can play very unselfish basketball.
Maybe then a factor in as part of that will be the loose ball three. You know how you run the play and you try to set up a three and you set it up and they defended it pretty well, but then there's a long rebound. You got some guy on the other wing just standing out there because everybody else is trying to rebound and he's wide open, he hits a three. That ends up being big in a game like this one. Our keys to the game, again, brought to you by Camping World of St. George. One last key I want to ask you about, Devin. It looks like Peyton Holmes will not be playing in this game for Desert Hills. How big is that? How big a factor will that be in the outcome of this game?
Well, I mean, if you just look statistically, he's averaging 9.7 points per game, 3.4 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.6 steals.
Those are a lot of numbers, man.
Yeah, so those are the statistical things. But he's a senior, so then there's the leadership.
Mm-hmm.
He's another very athletic defender against a good three-point shooting team. So, I think it's bigger than the stats. I think it's a huge loss. He's a playmaker. He plays hard. He plays the game the right way. I thought Peyton Holmes made huge strides from his sophomore year to his junior year last year.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, they're going to be without him, it sounds like, until next Friday. And, he's already missed 2 games. And they have won by 12 over Springville, and then they won by 14 over Canyon View.
But let's be honest, those are two pretty bad teams.
This is a bigger matchup against a better team, and he will be missed.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about our Sports Clips Star Watch. No appointments necessary. Walk-ins are always welcome. Ask for the MVP treatment at Sports Clips. That includes an MVP haircut, hot steam towel, and massaging shampoo. Be sure to stop in for your MVP treatment at Sports Clips. Hey, it's good to be a guy. How big does Mason Landick have to be for the Thunder in this game, Devin Dixon, if Desert Hills is going to defend home floor tonight?
Well, I've known Mason Landick for quite some time. I've watched his huddle film before he even came to St. George. A really good friend of mine that moved to Southern Utah with me, my old college roommate, is really close with the Landick family. In fact, they're and I'll leave it at that. But it's one of those things where I saw Eastern Washington was on him. I saw a lot of coaches at the collegiate level that were really recruiting him. He played for a rival high school of mine back home. And so this kid is a gamer. He's a fierce competitor. He actually played other sports too. In fact, played football for Zilla High School last year. Was a heck of a speedy wide receiver, but basketball is his love. And Coach Holbrook told me in practice all week, he's like, who's the best player from Crimson? I want to guard him. I want to guard him. Now, we know that Justin Judkins might probably get Trey Rockhill, but Mason Landick, I watched Titan Saxton early in the season when they played Skyview. Yeah. He had Titan Saxton frustrated, and I actually talked to Titan after the game, and he's like, who is this Landick kid? He was driving me crazy all night. He's a heck of a defender. And so Mason Landick can get it done on both ends of the court, man. He is a playmaker. He's averaging 21.5 points a game. He's averaging about 5.7 assists per game, and he's also a really good rebounder. And I'll tell you what, the one thing that he does maybe better than anybody in the region, he knows how to get to the free throw line.
Landick will be our star watch on Desert Hills. On the other side, you can pick any number of three guys that can really light it up for Crimson Cliffs. Let's go with Trey Rockhill, though. Rockhill is the leading scorer, nearly 20 points a game and 37 three-point shots in 9 games. Folks, do the math. That's better than 4 makes per contest.
Sensational shooter. He's been a great shooter for the last couple years, but he's just taken it to the next level. But he's also got a mid-range jumper. I would say his elbow jumper is as good as pure as anybody's. He's really good inside the arc, Andy, and so he's the complete package. He doesn't take sets off defensively. He can run the court, and he's really, like I said earlier, developed into the leadership role for Coach Casey Winters, who's kind of a player's coach, pretty loose, lets the kids do their thing, lets them create, be who they are, and Coach Winters wants to have as many possessions as he can, which really leads to guard play. Your guard play's got to be good. You got to be good with the basketball. You got to make good decisions. You got to move the ball quick and get open shots for teammates. And I think the number one reason Crimson Cliffs is off to the 9-0 start is because they're playing unselfish.
It's kind of like the no huddle in football. If you trust your quarterback, if you trust your point guard, then you can run that kind of offense and go, because you've got another coach out there on the field or the floor in this instance. So, all right, we're about 3 minutes away from tip. We're going to keep it here a little bit longer because we know the national anthem is coming up here from Desert Hills High School. The 9-0 Mustangs, the 9-0 Desert Hill Thunder. Man, oh man, I can't remember, Devin, in maybe a decade or more, an early season matchup being as big as this one is right here. Usually you have somebody drops a game or two along the way. Like, for instance, Dixie. Dixie's a great basketball team. They played Wasatch Academy and Lone Peak. They have a couple of losses in there. This one features 2 9-0 teams. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is, and it makes it fun. And, it's way too early to start thinking about the state and the postseason, but I would not be surprised if this is a preview to a semifinal game or something of that nature, come early March. And it's a pivotal game, even though it's early. And right now, I can look down the court, and guys are locked in and focused. Mason Landick just hit 6 threes from the baseline in a row for Desert Hills. So right now, guys are trying to get locked in and ready to go to battle.
Yeah, we're ready for battle too here from News Radio 894.9 KDXU, your news talk and tonight's sports leader. Great to be here. If you're joining us online again, Devin, maybe you want to go over where else can you find us? You want to watch this game? You got all kinds of options.
Yeah, just go to our website, sportsradio977.com. You can watch it there. You can watch it on CECTV. So if you have TDS cable, it's channel 108. And then, of course, the CEC YouTube page. So if you go to your app, YouTube app on your smart TV, you can pop it on there as well. So
and don't forget, if you're an old-fashioned guy, you can just go to TDS cable and watch it on TV.
Yep, channel 108, and we'd love to have you all night long.
Yes, we would. I really thought we'd be going to national anthem here. Teams are still warming up. Again, we're a little behind because what's happened is the JV game went into overtime. It was a great contest. Desert Hills won by 3 points in overtime in the junior varsity contest. But because it went into overtime, that little cushion that we had from varsity to JV kind of got eaten up and thrown away. And so, but we're here from the Thunderdome. The buzzer sounds. The teams will go to the sidelines as Coach Allred and Coach Winters fired up for this ball game. Casey, looking pretty good for an old guy now, huh?
I'm fired up. I'm fired up. Yeah, this is going to be fun. And Don't let Casey fool you. If he get an unlimited
built.
taco eating contest, he'll take you down. AG.
Really? I did not know that.
Him and Dub Price, former Dixie State player.
Yeah.
Casey took Dub to the woodshed in a taco eating contest.
He could take it to the woodshed in the weight room too. Is the thing.
You know what? I don't have time for this story right now. We got to get to the Sky Mountain starting lineups. Remind me later to tell you about Isaac Finlanson's uncles in a hot wing eating contest.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that one. I've actually, believe it or not, never been in a eating competition in my life.
Which is crazy
I've
because
never
you
done
love
that.
barbecue more than anybody I know.
I do. But I like to eat it slowly. So
Terry Howe, the athletic director at Desert Hills, just made an announcement thanking the fans for masking up and reminding everybody. And, of course, whatever it takes to get these kids to play this game.
We're not wearing them, though, Devin.
Well, we don't have to. We're isolated up top, and we're on the radio.
Yeah. It is so good to be here. Fantastic atmosphere. You know what? Normally this place would be just jammed to the gills. 1,900 people would be in this building. We've got maybe 400 or 500 here tonight. I'm going to say 4 tonight. But every one of these fans is psyched and pumped for what's about to happen. We do have our national anthem coming up, so we will take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have the Sky Mountain Golf Course starting lineup. It's the Thunder and the Mustangs, 2 undefeated teams in just a second game of region play, and it's coming up right here. Stay with us, folks.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. So if you're looking for me, then you better look down where there's tall palm trees and shopping sprees. Sip my tires and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream. For the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not as they seem.
Art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts though stout and brave, still like muffled drums are beating, funeral marches to the grave. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb-driven cattle, be a hero in the strife.
Lives of great men all remind us that our lives can be sublime, and departing, leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. Footprints that perhaps another, sailing over life's solemn main, a forlorn and shipwrecked brother, seeing, shall take heart again. Let us then be up and doing, with a heart for any fate. Still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor and to wait.
Welcome back as we go over our Sky Mountain Golf Course starting lineup here from the Thunderdome. Again, headed to the sky at the beautiful Sky Mountain Golf Course in Hurricane. For my money, the best view in golf. 635-7888 for a tee time. Call them tonight, leave a message. Call them tomorrow. Get yourself out there to Sky Mountain Golf Course. Starting for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs that went dark on us. Let's see if I can do it by memory. Jordan Eaton will be starting for the Mustangs along with Trey Rockhill. Hudson Hawes wearing 3 tonight. He's listed 0 in the roster, but he's been wearing 3 most of the season. Help me out with the other 2 starters.
Brock Felder down low, sophomore, averaging 8.4 points per game. And then Cole Sampson, who averages 14.3 points per game. The leading scorer, though, is Rockhill, Andy, 19.3 per game. But you look at 15.4 from Hawes, you've got what is that, 50 points between the terrific trio from the Mustangs.
Sky Mountain starting lineup for the Desert Hills Thunder here at home. The big guy in the middle is Keegan Munson. Munson wears number 42. He goes about 6'8", and he can jump through the gymnasium. Number 14 is Reggie Newby. Reggie Newby is, I believe, a senior. Yeah, Reggie is a senior. Number 4 is Mason Landick. He is the move-in and a fantastic athlete. The other 2 starters, Devin?
Yeah, you've got Preston Vandermeide that is getting the start. 4.8 points per game because Peyton Holmes is not going to play tonight. And then of course, Justin Judkins. Yeah. And Juddy, I mean, he does a little bit of everything. 10.7 points per game, gives you 3.4 rebounds, 1.9 assists, 1.7 steals. He really just fills up the box score, but their leading scorer is Mason Landick. Landick can score it, folks, 21.3 points per game. I believe he's second in the region behind just Finlayson in scoring early on.
And thankfully the lights are back on as we're ready to play some basketball. 8 minutes on the clock. The officials ready for the center jump, and it will be Munson who tips it back. The ball does go out of bounds off of, they're going to say
Haas.
off of Haas, yeah, off of Crimson. And so it'll be Desert Hills ball to start things off.
Yeah, they like to use Judkins at the point guard and use Landick off ball, especially with Holmes out right now, but they're interchangeable.
And they come out in a straight man-to-man, do the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs, as Desert Hills will start it. Judkins drives in. He's got a big guy in his back. Says, no, I'm not going to shoot that. Hands it off. Landick all the way to the hole, and he short-armed that one off the front of the rim.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too much finesse on that finger roll.
And Eaton tries a little fade away from 15, and he shot at 16. It's an air ball, and we're going the other way with it. No score. We played 30 seconds, but that won't last as we get a steal at the other end. Nice pickoff by the Mustangs. Hudson Haas brings it up. Goes in the high post. Backs down Munson, nothing there. Back out to Haas. Haas drives in the lane. Stop and pop off the glass. No, it's blocked out of there. Rebound to the Thunder.
Yeah, I think Judkins snuck over and helped get that block, and now he wants to run.
Coast to coast, Jenny for 2, and we've got the first bucket of the game, Justin Judkins.
Yeah, Judkins on the defensive end and then finishing in transition. That was pretty for the senior guard.
Hudson Haas looking at a man-to-man defense. They started zone on the first possession, already switched to man-to-man. With the lead to Rock Hill. Rock Hill can't get a shot away. Skip pass across, and it's a throwaway and another turnover for those Crimson Cliffs Mustangs.
And right now I'm seeing a lot of energy from the Desert Hills bench, which you love to see if you're a coach. That bench cheering for their teammates out there. You like to see those guys excited for their buddies.
Desert Hills now back on the offense. Little bump, no harm, no foul. They throw it out to Landick, and Landick tries to save it in the backcourt. He does. Munson can't. No, it gets thrown away, but then a cripple and a layup the other end. An easy 2 on a nice look for Desert Hills.
Well, Landick starts it with the over-the-head pass. Munson wins the jump ball, and then Juddy whips it to Newby on the backside as Crimson's defense just couldn't recover.
Newby with his first basket. Crimson Cliffs on the offense now. They go into double team. It's getting away is a young Felder, and he has his first basket of the game.
Yeah, his mom, great athlete, Dixie State volleyball coach. He's only a sophomore.
Robin.
He's going to be a terrific player for the next few years in Region 9 hoops.
4-2, 2 minutes into this game. Landick has a look at a 3, won't take it. He's got the bright orange shoes, whips it into Munson. Munson backs the sophomore in, makes a little room for himself, skips it across and throws it away. Picked off by Crimson, but then a steal by Judkins. We call it a foul?
No, just out of bounds. Did kind of get tangled up down low with Trey Rockhill, but no foul.
They did call a foul.
Oh, they did.
Yep.
The near side official just signaled, and he was the one closest to it, but you're right.
And Juddy gets a lot of hustle fouls, so they got to keep him on the floor. He's got to be careful. You love the aggression, though, if you're Desert Hills and Coach Chris Allred. Hudson Haas has the ball in his hands early. Double team comes, not there. Now a screen away from the ball, and the foul called on Eaton as he was trying to free Rockhill up for a 3.
And Coach Casey Winters did say, hey, we got to be careful. We got in foul trouble on Wednesday. We got to be smart and not let that happen again. And so far, nobody in foul trouble right now, but you don't love seeing those moving screens. You'd rather see it trying to block a shot or something, contest, but that one happened away from the ball.
Judkins goes right side to Vandermeide, now to Landick. Landick with a screen from Munson. Screen and roll, goes all the way in, now kicks it back outside. Newby for 3. It's good.
Well, good things happen when your point guard gets to the middle of the floor, and Landick broke down the defense. Nice kick out, and Newby drains the team D3.
A little teardrop runner off the glass, no good, but the putback, the sophomore Felder gets it up and in, and it's 7-4.
He's got really good footwork, really good hands.
And he's only 10th grader. Some good bigs in the region this year too, Devin. We talked about the guards and the scoring, but we got some good bigs. Speaking of guards, a big three launched by Landick. It goes all the way to the floor, fought for it, and come away with it are the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs with a good hustle. In the forecourt, Rockhill, he has a look at a three on the left side. That's too hard, no good. Guy that hits 52% from deep, he's 0 for 1 in this game.
Yeah, Landick takes a deep one, misses at the other end. Rockhill tries the deep one to try to tie this game.
Did it feel like he rushed it on that one, that last one?
I think it was the time. I think, I got an open look. We're down by 3. I haven't got one off yet. I think it was a decent shot. He just missed it.
4.5 to go first quarter. Great battle so far, 7-4. The homestanding Thunder have it. Vandermeid on the angle right. Goes top of the key to Munson. Munson only three attempts this year, but he's made them all. Now to Newby. Newby to Munson. Alley-oop for 2!
Oh, Newby showing you to the middle of the floor again. Newby gets to the middle, the lob, Munson two-hand slam. Oh, yeah. Mark that down as a playmaker play of the game nominee.
Up and under move by Haas. That's no good. Back out to Rockhill on the offensive rebound. He misses the 3. Rebound fought for, and Munson tips it away from Felder. Newby comes away with it. 9-4. Desert Hills at home on the early lead now. Rockhill all over Landick. Now Munson comes for the screen. He goes the other way with it, goes all the way in, off the glass, no good, and a rebound to the Mustangs. Landick pushing hard.
Maybe got hit across the brow as he tried to go down the lane, no call.
A nice up and under by Jordan Eaton on the dime there, and it's 9-6.
Newby gonna launch that 3, and that grazes the rim and goes out of bounds, so empty possession there for the Thunder. A little heat check 3 from Reg.
4.5 played, 3.5 left here in the first quarter on a 1-loss scoreboard. It's 9-6. Crimson Cliffs with the basketball now underneath. And some subs already. Vandermeid checks out. Checking in for Desert Hills is number 32. That's Nate McMillan. McMillan about 3 a game.
Yeah, and he got some early minutes in the preseason tournament.
Haas, they leave him for a 3 as he goes over the screen and buries it. The defender, Newby, went under the screen, and it is a 9-9 game.
Yeah, Cole Sampson with the first triple of the night for the
Sampson,
Mustangs.
Okay. 9-9 our score. Judkins with the basketball. Sampson averages 15 a game, Devin.
Yeah, he could score it. And, Coach Casey Winters, as Felder tried to block that shot, he didn't like that foul call there. But McMillan took it hard to the rack. He attacked the paint and went up high. I'm going to take a look here on the replay for everybody watching. Look pretty clean. Yeah, but sometimes when you swipe down that hard, the official just see that instead of going straight up. But how are you supposed to block a shot? You got to swipe down on it, especially when Felder got that high.
Yeah.
Didn't look like a foul to me.
First free throw of the game is good. Whether we thought it was a foul or not, he gets free throws. 1 down. The second one will give the Thunder a 2-point lead. It does.
Lincoln Holmes checking in off the bench for Coach Allred and the Thunder, too. No Peyton Holmes tonight, but little bro's playing.
That's Peyton's little brother, yeah.
Yep.
Now a screen. Sampson gets it to Rockhill. Rockhill gets a screen now from the big guy, Felder. Felder on the baseline. And a defender fell down. Offensive foul call.
Oh, and that's 2 quick ones on Brock Felder. And Coach Winters didn't want to see him get into foul trouble early, and he's going to have to take a seat.
Now who's going to guard Munson?
They'll probably put Eaton on him. Well, no, Eaton's out of the game too, isn't he? They'll probably put
checking in is Brighton Terry.
Terry had a couple points the other night.
Pretty big kid.
In the win over Pineview. He goes about 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, he's getting up about 3 inches to Munson. 11-9, Thunder on top. Landick has the screen from Munson. Stops and pops a 3. That's a brick. No good. Long rebound, fought for and taken down by Crimson. Now, he traveled with the ball, but the reason he traveled, he got bumped. No foul call. 3 out of the corner. Long bomber by Sampson. No good. Rebound taken down by Munson. Munson ahead to Judkins. Here's the up-tempo we were looking for. Nice move by Judd. He gets the hip check. He won't get the shot to go, but he will get free throws.
Yeah, it really didn't have an angle. The angle was taken away, but he went far enough baseline that he was able to get that hip check call foul. Then almost got the N1. I think if he would have been able to use glass, maybe could have tried to get it, but kind of was running out of room on that baseline drive.
That's team foul number 4 for Crimson. Only 1 called on Desert Hills as Judkins hits the front end.
Yeah, and Terry clearly moving there. That's a good call by the officials.
One more coming. He left the first one short, had to body English it in. This one is a swish. 4 for 4 from the line for the Thunder, and they lead by 4.
Watch Justin Judkins at both ends of the court. He just has such a high basketball IQ. He plays so hard, so fundamentally sound.
Inside, great dish off from Rock Hill, and laying it up and in for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs is Brighton Terry. 13-11 to count, and now a call, what'd they call? Travel?
Yeah, travel on Mason Landick, but the ball was, it's either a jump ball. No, maybe it wasn't tied up long enough there. Definitely could make the case for traveling. That's what the officials saw. You're going to see Landick's trying to get to the middle of the court, but he goes into a triple team there. Not a good idea. And Munson wasn't really sagging, so he didn't really have an alley to pass to anybody.
Hard drive by Hawes, baseline, nowhere to go. Has to get it back outside to Sampson. Sampson back to Hawes, three-pointer, no good. Too hard, rebound to Judkins. 13-11, Desert Hills by a bucket. Judkins all the way in, back out to Munson, top of the key three. That's no good. That's his first miss of the season. Rebound taken down by the Thunder, or by the Mustangs, and Munson with the hip check. It will be the second foul of the game on the Thunder.
Well, Munson knew he missed it, so he was charging in, but unfortunately it ricochets right out to Sampson, who started to run, and he was coming forward. Incidental contact, no question, but clearly a foul on Keegan.
Into the game for the first time is Austin Turnbow. He has a unique first name. You say Austin, that's not unique. It's A-W-S-T-E-N. That is unique. Cole Sampson to Rockhill now. They get a screen from Turnbow. Rockhill tries a three. It's up and good. That's 38 on the year now.
Ooh, man, great shot selection there for Rockhill. Team D3, nothing but the bottom.
And the first lead of the game for Crimson. Inside, back outside, three out of the corner for Desert Hills. In and out, no good. Rebound fought for and taken out of there by Turnbow. Turnbow ahead to Sampson, goes all the way in. Lefty layup is good. And that was partially blocked. It went in anyway.
And here the Mustangs can score in bunches, and they're closing this first quarter out. Tremendous look there from Landick, though.
The no-look bounce pass from Landick, and who made the bucket?
That was 32.
Bucket was up and
Wilkins.
good by Nate McMillan.
McMillan.
And it's 16-15. The visitors with the lead right now. Wide open three. Turnbow. He cranks it. That's a brick. That's a heat check, right?
Landick doesn't want to hold for one here, but now we'll pull it back out.
30 seconds left in the quarter. Was it the zero? What? Oh, okay. That was
McWillis.
Willis on the three try.
Yeah,
My bad.
That's his Phoenix McWillis.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a sophomore, too. There's a lot of sophomores in this game right now.
I'm looking at the wrong side. That's my bad.
It's okay.
Kick in the corner. They try a three with 6 seconds to go out of the corner. That's up and good. Is that Newby?
Yes, sir. Reggie Newby.
Now a shot from three-quarters court or half court. No good by Rockhill. And the late run, the 5-0 run by Desert Hills will have them with the lead as we play one quarter, 18-16 on our one-loss scoreboard. Back in a minute.
There's a rush coming. Can you feel it? The crowd, the kicks, the hits. Don't hesitate. If you don't know, you better call somebody. This is the Region 9 Rush. Here's your host, Andy, and that dummy robot.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
Welcome back. We got, well, so far it's everything it was promised to be, Devin. 18-16 after one quarter.
I am entertained. The pace, really fast. Both teams shooting pretty good, and just a 2-point game right now between these two teams. And so many similarities between these two teams, most notably their record, both 9-0.
8 minutes on the clock as we start quarter number 2. Clock and time brought to you by Nets on Fire. Check out netsonfire.org for back-to-school training specials and get signed up today. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court. Quick foul called on D. Hills.
Yeah, Christmas break is over. Now's the time to start training for next season, right?
Shake it off, man. Shake it off. All that chocolate and pumpkin. Nice pass inside. Layup is put up and good by McWillis.
Yeah, Phoenix really springy. I'm surprised he didn't try to dunk that. Oh, what a spin move by Judkins, and he finishes with the right hand from the left side.
I'm just trying to keep up. Judkins with the bucket. McWillis had the one at the other end, and I'm already behind. These guys like to score. McWillis has it blocked out of there. Got to go back to Crimson.
That's a great block. McMillan just kind of sliding down and then left his feet before Phoenix McWillis, and pretty easy block. The only thing he could have done better, saved it in bounds and went right out of bounds, so Crimson will retain possession.
Ball comes into Matthews. Baseline, stop it, pop, 15-footer up and no good by Trey Rockhill. And then the Haas actually overran, Newbie overran the shot. And it's picked up by Desert Hills now. Shot at the other end, no good. Matthews goes all the way in. Acrobatic lefty shot and one. A chance for the three-point play for Matthews.
Oh, I see you, Trav. I see you. Q's got nothing on you on that and one.
Travis Matthews did not play in the first quarter. He's out there now in quarter number 2 and making plays with his blue sneakers.
Yeah. Of course, his older brother, great career here at Desert Hills, and then went on to play for quality years for Coach Judkins at Dixie State University. Q, I saw, is in the building tonight watching his little brother.
Got a wristband, I guess. Free throw, no good, though, so the score remains tied at 20-20. 1 minute into the quarter. Landick goes all the way in. Pump fake, up and under move, and 2. Kept that pivot foot pinned to the ground.
Crafty. He really needed a high percentage shot like that to get him going. He was 0 for 3 from the field, and that was a nice pump fake. And now what do we got? A whistle and a stoppage, and the official going over to say something to Coach Winters.
Sideline warning. He got a T in a game earlier this year. I was there.
I think he thought maybe he drugged the pivot foot there. Was he arguing maybe that should have been a travel?
I'm telling you, I was looking. Maybe we can see it on the replay, but it looked like that pivot foot was nailed to the ground. I thought it was a great move. Ball comes into Sampson. Sampson tries to get it inside to Eaton. Eaton can't handle it as the defense comes over, and that's a turnover. Thunder with the 2-point lead and the basketball. Landick in the forecourt. The crossover, a couple of between-the-leg moves. Pushes off a little bit, gets away with it, and then passes the ball away. Top of the key, Newby. He's feeling it. 3 is up and got another one. That is Reggie Newby's 3rd 3 of the game.
Well, you talk about great shooters, and Reggie Newby's one of them. And when he can get hot, he can really stroke it from downtown. Beautiful Team D3 from straight away.
25-20, biggest lead of the game now for Desert Hills. Ball goes to the floor. Fight for it, and I believe held ball or timeout. What do we call him?
Landick and McWillis just fighting. I think they got to jump it up. I know Desert Hills bench was trying to get the timeout, but I don't know if there was ever clear possession there for Landick.
Held balls brought to you by Simply Wisdom Teeth. Always a great low price of $899 to get all 4 wisdom teeth taken out. That includes sedation. Give him a call today or go to simplywisdomteeth.com. Dr. Hendrickson, he'll take care of you. Plus, you can then film your own funny video about your kid being stoned, right?
Yeah.
After the fact?
Yeah.
You didn't do that to Boston, did you?
I recorded, but I didn't post it.
Okay.
He was singing some country song.
Inside the Munson double team. Ball fought for and saved on the sideline by Desert Hills. No look pass, and Munson throws it down. Another great assist from Mason Landick.
Landick giving the Thunder a 27-20 lead on the one-loss scoreboard with that sick helper, and Munson flushed it with some authority with 2 hands.
Look at that pass, a bullet pass. He was unguarded, and Munson, he knows what to do with it when he gets it there. Timeout on the floor. We're going to keep it right here. Timeout today brought to you by the Scott Gibson team at Intercap Lending. They don't mask their rates or fees. See how much the Scott Gibson team can save you today. Call or text 435-619-8080, 619-8080.
That dunk, mark that down, 5:48 second quarter. You look up at the one-loss scoreboard, and it's the largest lead of the game all of a sudden for Desert Hills, and it's just 7 points. And I wondered about that. I wondered how many lead changes we could particularly have in a game between these 2 teams tonight, and already I think we've had 3 and 2 ties, but this is the largest differential on the scoreboard. Appreciate the dedicated personal injury attorneys at One Law.
And by the way, Hudson Haas has not scored.
No.
A guy that averages 15 a game. And Trey Rockhill only has 1 basket, 3 points. And we got, I think, an offensive foul on an illegal screen. Took a minute for the referee to come out and tell us who it was on, but they do call the foul on Crimson. That is team foul number 5, and the Thunder with the ball and a 7-point lead.
Hearst Ace Hardware scoreboard. Cedar off to a hot start. They lead 28-7 after the first quarter over Hurricane.
Ooh. Tigers shorthanded and already underdog, and that one's getting ugly. Scoop shot up and good all the way to the rack is Preston Vandermeide.
Vandermeide goes about 6'6". Great up and under finishes.
Mustangs in need of a bucket bad. They're down 9, 29-20. They escaped the double team. Eaton with a little fadeaway. Boy, they needed that. It goes up and in.
And Smart. He started to go to the dribble drive, realized the defender was in good position, floated away, and made it look easy.
4 points for Eaton. Turnover going the other way. Matthews goes all the way and stops, says, I got to get rid of this one, as the defense was there. Go to Rockhill. Rockhill on Landick. Back out to Eaton. Eaton keeps his pivot foot alive, fades away again on Munson, but this one won't go. Munson with the rebound.
Yeah, Munson, I like how Munson's playing within himself. Definitely doing a good job cleaning up on the boards.
Landick fakes it, steps into his defender, wanted to call. The referee said no, play on.
Probably should have got one there.
Haas, a crossover in the lane, and he hits the deck, and they call traveling, so a no call, maybe a make-up no call, right?
Yeah, I thought Landick with the pump fake, maybe they thought he leaned in too far to try to initiate there. But a lot of times you'll get that call at the other end, though. Hawes just kind of seemed like he lost his footing there.
I thought he got rid of the ball before he took that third step, though, so I thought there should have been no call. What do I know? It's 4:25 to go in the second quarter on our one-loss scoreboard. It's a 7-point lead right now for Desert Hills. Taking care of business here at home. Munson gets it way out high in front of the Crimson bench and the DH logo. Over to Judkins. Judkins tries to screen and roll with Munson. Nothing there. They have to go back outside to Newby. Newby pushes off with his left, loses the ball. Now it's 2-on-1 fast break all the way in. Layup up and good by, who got that, Hawes?
Yeah, and it was interesting. Landick looked like he wanted to challenge, and then it looked like he didn't want to get the foul. And then Landick with the acrobatic reverse. That was sensational. Good plays by both teams at both ends, attacking the hoop.
3 by Hawes the other way is good.
Big bucket there. Big bucket to cut into the lead.
31-27 now.
Both these teams can score in bunches, AG.
Yeah, we're going to get to 55 in the third quarter. I'm pretty sure about that. 3 Newby, heat check, up, that one's no good. Munson tips it way high in the air, gets his own rebound, finds a wide open teammate, Vandermeide for 2.
Munson right there with a beautiful rebound, then the assist. I like that. I see you, big fella.
Yeah, if it's a jumping contest to get the ball, I think Keegan's going to win most of the time. Hard drive all the way in, scoop shot up. Sampson, good, counted and one. Cole Sampson.
Yep, Cole just kind of went around a block of Reggie Newby, who was stepping in, trying to take the charge. Not sure if Newby slid or what, because Newby, let's take a look on the replay here for our television audience. Newby just did sidestep maybe just slightly enough for the official to say, yep, you were moving. Coach Allred is over there lobbying his case, and Sampson's going to go to the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line.
First foul called on Newby. 3-point play would make it a 3-point game. It's up and good by Cole Sampson. He now has 10 points already.
That's only, the second free throw attempt in the entire game?
For Crimson. There had been 4 by Desert Hills.
Yep.
Landick backs out, 1-on-1. Eaton's on him. He stops and pops for 3. That's no good. Easy rebound for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. Skip it over to Hawes. Hawes looking in for Eaton. Instead, he cranks a long 3. That's no good. Rebound fought for and taken away by the littlest guy on the floor, Justin Judkins. Judkins all the way in. Layup up and good. What a pass. Judkins to Newby.
Right now, tough guard for Landick on Eaton, but he's battling his tail off. Tries to take a charge there. No call.
Jumper, though, by Eaton. No good. And a rebound the other way. The lead is back to 5. Here come the Thunder. Stop and pop jumper, I think. Oh, they call it a 3. I thought he was inside, but Judkins gets the bucket.
Oh, Juddy looking so smooth. The stop pop 3. That's not the set 3. That's the transition 3. Coach Witters wants a Intercap Linden timeout. Thunder all of a sudden stretching that lead back out. This is a game of runs so far, AG.
38-30, 2:13 to go.
He's
the
behind.
replay, he did get that foot just behind the line. Yeah. Great replay work from our CEC folks. Let's take a 30-second timeout. Be right back.
Wait a second.
Do you know who I am?
Julia.
Hi. I just wanted to talk to you about what happened with those 2 girls in 8th grade.
Oh, yeah?
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me because like I finally like knew that I had somebody.
Our free throws tonight are brought to you by Fabulous Freddy's. Fuel it up and wash it down. Save it to Southern Utah, Fabulous Freddy's. And don't forget a splash drink while you're there. I used to be a River Road Fabulous Freddy's guy. Now I'm a Bluff Street Fabulous Freddy's guy as I've started working full-time for Cherry Creek Media over there on North Bluff Street. And I hate to let everybody in on my secret, but they had pina colada flavored Frazzle at the Bluff Street Fabulous Freddy's. I don't want you to take it all. I'm just wanting to let you know something good happens in my life. I want to share it with you, Devin.
There you go.
Pina
I love
colada,
it.
baby. 38-30 is our count. 2:13 to go in the first half. The lead got up to 9 at 29-20, and then they cut it to 3. Now it's back to 8 again. Inside, little turnaround, shot up, no good. Rebound fought for, taken out of there by Eaton, hustling for the ball. Got good position, was able to take that away. Now to Rockhill. Rockhill giving goal to Felder. Felder can't get a shot away. Back to Rockhill. Now he drives in the lane, backs it back out to Hawes. Or no, that's Sampson. Sampson drives in, leaves it to Felder. Felder gets a shot up and good. Playing with 2 fouls, got a bucket.
Hearst Days Hardware update real quick. 30-16, Snow Canyon leads Pineview at the half. That's a lot more low scoring than we've got, Andy.
Right here, it's 38-32 with 90 seconds left. They try to get into Munson. Good tip away on the hustle by Hudson Hawes. 91 seconds to go until halftime. You and I are going to be tired at halftime, but not as tired as these guys. They get it into Munson. Munson wanted to dunk it. He had a guy under him, so he just lays it in, and the lead is back to 8.
I think that's Landek's 5th assist already tonight.
Other end, shot up, and a nice kind roll for Trey Rockhill.
Yeah, that one wasn't just smooth butter. It kind of bricked, but it softly bounced down through the hoop, and that's all that matters for Trey.
Landek gets it back outside to Judkins. Had to run the ball down in front of the Crimson bench, but he's got it. Leaves it to Vandermeide. Vandermeide, a couple of dribbles back out to Landek. Landek, nice crossover, step back 3 shot, no good. If he can hit that shot, he's an unguardable guy. And Crimson on the rebound. Crossover, drive in the lane. Sampson leaves it for Brock Felder. He can't get it to go. Now the fast break. Driving all the way in, finger roll, Munson. That's a part of his game he's really added this year.
And there's a 6th assist for Landek right there.
Inside, boy, Felder's making his presence known as he cuts it back down to a 6 game. Boom, boom, the action is fast and furious.
Yeah, with all the guards, you forget. Felder, he can score it too. He only had 4 on Wednesday night, but you can see by the way he's putting it in, he's got great hands, great touch around the rim.
The 2 bigs, Felder and Munson, have 8 points each. There's 15 seconds left in the half, and it looks like the Thunder, with a 6-point lead, they're going to hold for 1 at 42-36. Now down to 10 seconds. Landek goes all the way in. Scoop up and under move. That's a good one. 6 seconds to go. Crimson got time if they can hurry and get it up court. Goes all the way in. Shot from the corner. Sampson for 3. In and out. No good. It's going to be an 8-point game here at the half.
Well, I like Mason Landek driving right now a little bit more than the 3-point. He's 0 for 3 from downtown. So what does he do? He was waiting as long as he could. You could see he wanted to go with about 12. He started with about 10. Probably even went a little bit too early. He's just almost unguardable. You can't keep him in front, and he finishes with some English. That would have been a big 3 at the other end to beat the clock for Sampson and give them a little bit of a momentum going to the break as they find themselves trailing by 8. But an entertaining first half, AG.
Absolutely great basketball played out there. Some great athletes, but a hole that Crimson Cliffs is going to have to dig out of. They trail 44-36 at the break. 2-minute timeout. The Info West halftime report is coming up here on News Radio 890, 94.9 KDXU. We'll be right back.
You got any?
Radio Dixie 91.3. Young the Giant, something to believe in.
John, what song do you want to hear? Next, Miss Calendris. You'll be on the SWAT team, the SWAT team. I did a fantastic situation. I was going to talk to you last time.
Be with us today. We'll be your second.
Hopefully next year will be awesome. 4, 3, 2, 1.
From black, roll the open.
Welcome back, Andy and Devin, live from the Thunderdome. Let's jump right to the highlights, and then we'll go over our Wilkinson stats. Info West is our halftime sponsor, and Devin, you want to man the highlight reel?
Oh, good block early by Judkins. He can do it at both ends, and then he pushes it all the way down, and they never really stop ball. And tough little runner gets it to go. Both these teams really played hard defensively, but had trouble consistently stopping each other. Newbie got it going in that first half, man. Hit a couple of threes like you see right there.
Yeah, Newbie was the star, but you know what? Everybody was sharing with Keegan Munson. His 8 points were pretty impressive.
Yeah, and I love the way he rebounded. He had a couple nice passes. Rock Hill, huge three here. At that point in time, they had the lead, but Newbie quickly answers at the other end. Both these teams are really good from beyond the arc. McWillis had a nice lay-in there, but that's all set up by the unselfishness of the Crimson offense. But look at the spin move from Justin Judkins, finishing at the rim.
I guarantee his daddy didn't teach him that one. I never saw John do that move.
Landick, you like that jump stop? The lost jump stop. You don't see the jump stop too much anymore. And then a straightaway three from Reg. The Team D threes were flying. And then look at this pass from Landick to Munson, one of his two dunks. Had the alley-oop earlier, and that one right there. And then Bridger Jones laying it up and in. Nice little finish there for Bridger. And, Sampson, I thought, nice and one here. Just caught Reggie maybe moving a little bit, but Newbie really getting it done there with a nice pass. Left-hand lane goes down, and then Mora Judkins just barely had the size 12 sneakers behind the three-point line, and he knocks that one down. And then Landick had another big lay-in right there before the half to give Desert Hills the 8-point cushion on the one-loss scoreboard.
How close was that to the line if he wore 13 instead of 12?
I don't know if they're 12s or 13s, but yeah.
He's actually not real tall. He's probably wearing like a 10 or an 11, actually, to be quite. What do you wear?
I'm a 10 and a half. 10.
Okay.
Yeah, he's probably at least a 12. These kids have big feet nowadays.
All right, let's go with the scoring here in the first half, and then Devin will get us an Ace Hardware scoreboard update. Leading scorer in the game is Reggie Newbie. No surprise, the kid was hot. He hit 3 3-pointers. I think he only missed one, maybe two. He had a couple of twos as well for 13 points for Reggie to lead all scorers.
Really good play, right? I mean, sensational shooting in that first half. I thought he was patient. I thought his shot selection was terrific.
Yeah, 9 points for Justin Judkins. He's second on the team and in the game. 8 points for Keegan Munson. What, 3 dunks? 2 or 3 dunks already. 6 points for Mason Landick, but Landick's got to have, 5 assists?
Yeah, I think 6, but 0 for 3 from downtown. If he can get the couple, as soon as he gets that first 3 to drop, that usually warms him up. I thought his shot selection wasn't bad. His first one was really deep, but this kid can score in bunches. I mean, averaging 21.3 on the season.
4 points for Preston Vandermeide, starting in place of Peyton Holmes, who is out for this game, and then 4 points also for Nate McMillan off the bench for Desert Hills. They have 44 points. They scored 18 in the first quarter and a big 26-point second quarter. That's a lot of points for 8 minutes of basketball.
Yeah, and really they got out and ran. They played unselfish, great passing. And it wasn't just Landick. It was Reggie and Judkins, and even Munson had a couple nice assists. I mean, Coach Winters couldn't be pleased with his defense in that second quarter.
A little more spread out scoring-wise for Crimson Cliffs. They had 2 guys with 8 points. Cole Sampson had a 3, 2 twos, and a 1. And then 4 field goals for the sophomore Brock Felder for his 8 points. 1 guy with 5 points. That's Trey Rockhill. Only 3 for Hudson Hawes. Let's see, 2 points for Travis Matthews, 2 points for McWillis, 2 points for Bridger Jones, and that's it. Oh, Travis, yeah, I said Travis, 2 points, 4 points for Jordan Eaton. They end up with 36 points, 16 in the first quarter, 20 in the second.
Yeah, and you know what? This is a team that can score in bunches, and I looked at the way they came out. They were only up 3 against Pineview, and then they came out nets on fire, and Sampson and Hawes and Rock Hill on Wednesday scored 19 of their 23 third quarter points and 5 3-pointers. So it'll be really interesting to see if they can come out and shoot a little bit better percentage in the second half.
Free throws a non-factor in this game. 4 for 4 for Desert Hills and 1 for 2 for Crimson Cliffs. Coach Winters referred to that earlier today in that interview with you. He said, we don't get to the free throw line very much. We need to do better at that. Only 2 free throws in one half of play, but then again, only 4 for the Desert Hills Thunder. All right, that's our Wilkinson stat line. Thanks to Wilkinson's, a unique place to stop. Those guys have lights and fixtures. The contractors and homeowners turn to Wilkinson's for all their lighting and fixture needs. Across from Fiesta Fun in St. George. Let's go update now. Our Hearst Ace Hardware Region 9 update. Of course, they're right in the heart of town in St. George and Cedar City. It's Hearst Ace Hardware and General Stores. Got some scores for us, Devin?
Yeah, halftime, Cedar up 30, 47-17. Down
Ouch.
Grant matches the Tigers by himself. He had 17 first half points, the same as Hurricane as a team. And then, of course, game over on 97.7 ESPN. Right now, at the half, it was 30-16. Snow Canyon up 14 over Pineview. And I have not seen a Dixie score, but I'll try to track one down. But those are the scores as I see them right now.
All right, let's take a final 2-minute timeout. It's halftime, brought to you by InfoWest. Great contest, up-tempo, good basketball teams, but it is Desert Hills at home leading by 8 on our one-loss scoreboard, 44-36, back in 2 minutes with the second half.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
All right, Lawrence, bring it in.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to pancake McKeever.
Okay.
You go to the right hard.
Go to the right.
Full speed.
Yes, full speed.
Don't go full speed in rehearsal.
Yes.
Our ratings are never going to go up.
Okay, let's put these little babies to bed.
Ready? Break. Hey, Brent, when we're done, you can go back to playing Pokemon with those nerds you hang out with at Snow Canyon.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Ready. Down. Hot hot.
Oh.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. The big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
Players come out on the floor as we get ready for half number 2. It's an 8-point lead for Desert Hills. Crimson will start with the basketball. We revisit our Star Watch. Rock Hill only 5 in the first half. Landick only 6, but he has been a facilitator in this game. Crimson starts with the basketball. They leave Rock Hill alone. He tries a 3 that's no good. Eaton on the glass, puts it back up and in over Munson.
Yeah, and Eaton and Felder both doing a nice job so far tonight.
Those are 10th graders, by the way, those two guys. In the corner, another newbie three. This one open, and he misses it. Crimson on the run. They've got numbers, 3-on-2 all the way. Eaton can't get a shot away. Tries a fade away instead, and it is no good, but a rebound taken out of there by the Mustangs. Rockhill for three, no good. Boy, he cannot find it right now early in his first half or second half.
Yeah, that's a good look. Really not even contested.
Three by Reggie Newby. He got it. He missed his first. I thought, okay, the streak is over. He hit his second.
Well, I like that. You just adjust. They're both good looks. You just misfired, and what do shooters do? Hey, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, baby.
Newby averages 9 a game. He has 16 in this game.
Oh, Munson just defensively with a huge swat and then a tough rebound.
They go to Landick. Landick lowers his shoulder, and Hawes can't stay with him. They call a foul. No shot. He didn't get a shot away, so it'll be side out, but that'll be a personal foul on Hudson Hawes.
Atlantic's so quick. He's just tough to keep him in front. You got to really slide your feet and give a little ground with his quickness.
In the corner, catch and shoot. Landick for three. That's no good. Rebound. Vandermeid had it, couldn't hold it. And finally, Felder takes it away, and a reaching foul on Vandermeid.
Atlantic's still not hit a deep shot yet from beyond the arc.
By the way, he has 26 on the year, is that right?
Yeah, he can shoot it. He's just a little off.
23 on the year. That's about 3 a game. Catch and shoot. Eaton got a nice little friendly roll, and they make it a 7-point game, 47-40.
Yeah, but you can tell Coach Winters, has made some adjustments.
Starting to chip away. Eaton's got 8 now. And it's 47-40. Desert Hills on top. Landick has the ball, man-to-man defense. Actually, it looks like a matchup zone now. See if they can slow down Landick.
I like it. Give it a different look. Kind of try to disrupt a little bit of the flow and the rhythm.
Newby to Landick. Landick up and under move. Left-handed shot will not go, but another body foul. He is so hard to guard.
He gets to the line, too. He's very crafty. He's got a plethora of moves. And that's why with the three-point shot really not falling for him, he needs to try to keep getting in the middle of the floor because good things happen when he does.
Personal foul called on Eaton. And 2 free throws coming for Mason Landick. That's a second foul on Eaton, by the way. Free throw no good.
Man, Landick's a really good free throw shooter, but that one spun out from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line.
Landick averages 21 points a game. He has 6. Now 7 as he hits the back end.
He's a 76% free throw shooter on the season.
48-40. Thunder leading the Mustangs. 2 9-0 teams. One of them is going to be number 1 after tonight. Right now, the Mustangs are already number 1. They can keep it if they can get a win. Inside to Eaton. Nice spin move and shoots over Munson and gets it in. What a shot by Eaton.
Yeah, he's come out really aggressive. I like that move in the post. Nice soft finish.
He has all 6 of the points for Crimson here in the second half. 48-42. Desert Hills with the ball. Judkins to Landick. Landick goes in the corner. Baseline drive by Newby. Out to Vandermeid. Tries a 3, and, well, there's some bonus for you.
Yeah, Preston Vandermeid with a Team D 3. What do you get at Team D? Selection, quality, price. Great selection of used vehicles, 48 East St. George Boulevard.
Meanwhile, at the other end, Cole Sampson drives in for a quick 2, so it was quickly up to 9. Now it's 7.
And Cole into double figures with 10 points tonight.
Out high, Newby. Newby around the horn to Vandermeid. Now to Judkins on the angle left. Back to that speedster, the shifty, the crafty Landick. Landick gives it to Newby. Now to Vandermeid. He drives in the lane, hands it off to Landick. Landick from 15. Got it.
That's tougher than some of the threes he missed. A little corkscrew deep 2 there. And maybe that'll get the lid off from outside for Landick.
He's got 9 now.
Oh, he can score in bunches, can he?
Eaton gives it to Sampson. Sampson drives in the lane. Lefty shot up a little too hard, but it's tipped in. Oops by Munson.
Yeah, I think you give it to Eaton, though, don't you?
I guess either that or Felder, whoever was closer. And the lead is back to 7. I'm going to give it to Felder. I thought he was a little closer. Munson really tipped it in, though.
Yeah, he did. You can see by his expression he was frustrated because he knew he did.
Grabbed his head, the old face palm almost. Landick, stop and pop, 15, got another one.
Told you that big jumper can get the lid off. Once he sees one go through from outside, he can heat up the sensational play of Money Mason Landick.
That jumper is smooth as buttermilk right there.
The release is quick,
pull-up
too.
Jump, yep. Quick timeout on the floor. We'll take a 30-second break. The Thunder lead by 9.
There is a place where the sun doesn't hide in the winter, where the greens stay green and the crimson canyons still glow. There is a place where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where we drive for show, putt for dough, and settle the score with another round. There is a place.
Well, like any good scorer, Mason Landick has gotten warmed up here in the third quarter. We saw the fourth quarter go big for Isaac Finlinson last night. He ended up after only 7 points early, ended up with 16. Landick now with 5 in the third. He has 11 points for a guy that averages 21 a game.
Yeah, he'll find a way to get to his average.
Felder drives all the way in, finger roll off the glass, did a good job to avoid the charge and get to 2.
Yeah, and the guards aren't really scoring as much, but Felder and Eaton are doing a nice job here scoring the basketball tonight. I keep giving them looks.
Munson drives in. That's blocked out of there by Felder. The big fella, the sophomore with the block shot.
That was sweet, wasn't it? Well timed.
Eaton just got away with the travel, tries a jumper. I think he knew he traveled. Rebound, though, to Newby. Newby runs it down. One-on-one. He gets it stolen from behind. How about Sampson trailing the play and getting the steal?
Yeah, Reggie never saw him.
Sampson goes all the way to the hole. Lefty scoop for him is up and good over Vandermeer.
Yeah, and Cole's starting to be more aggressive. He had 8 in the first half, already 4 in this quarter, and they're both blow-by finger roll finishes.
Heat check Newby. Nope, that one no good. Rebound to Felder. The lead is 5. They can cut it to 3 or 2 with the bucket here. Hawes, double team, looking for help. Goes to the left side to Sampson, who hits a 3. A Team Diauto 3 makes it a 2-point game.
Oh, Cole is cool as the other side of the pillow. A Team D3 right there. Nothing but the bottom. Sampson having a quarter and a nice night.
7 in the quarter, 15 in the game. It's 55-53. High post Munson. Munson looking for a cutter. Gets it to Newby. Easy put in. A nice assist by the big fella.
This is the best I've seen Munson play. His awareness, his passing, he's rolling, he's blocking shots, he's rebounding. He's really playing a nice night.
57-53, Desert Hills. Baseline Felder looks inside, gives it to Eaton. Eaton with Vandermeer on his back. No, that's Newby on his back. Can't get a shot away. Has to go back out high. Gives it up to Hawes. Hawes, right side to Sampson. Sampson drives in the lane all the way to the hole. Blocked out of there. Nice block by, was that Vandermeer?
Yes, sir.
Great defensive play. And Desert Hills with the ball. Newby, heat check, deep 3, no good. Munson, though, tips it in.
Oh, Landick left it for him between the legs. Newby said, okay. But just couldn't get it to drop. But again, Munson, right place, right time, coming up clutch for the Thunder.
59-53, and this time they've got to get Vandermeer, and they do for a bumping foul as Sampson had his shoulder inside, and Vandermeer just wouldn't let him go.
Well, Vandermeer's not quite as quick as Mr. Cole Sampson, and it's a tough guard for him.
Vandermeer checks out, as does Reggie Newby.
Yeah, this is third. Vandermeer's got his third personal.
Crimson to check in. Sampson, another look at the 3. This one too hard, no good. Rebound to the floor, picked up by Desert Hills.
Oh, great rebound by Lincoln Holmes, just checking into the game.
Landick has it. Stop and pop from 18 or 22. 3 is no good. Rebound to the floor and jump ball called.
Yeah, I think Holmes just had it long enough there with Eaton.
Lincoln Holmes with a little dirty work down on the floor. I don't know about the jump call there.
No.
I don't know that 2 players had it.
Not, Eaton was kind of sliding there. Normally you'll
call the travel.
You'll call that, but I love letting him play. Alternate possession, Thunder keep it anyway.
Matthews checks out, or Sampson checks out, Matthews checks in. They go give and goal to Munson, and he throws another one down, and the lead is back to 8.
Oh, Judkins, what a sweet dime on the pick and roll. That looked like Stockton and Malone, AG.
It kind of did, didn't it? Stop and pop. Rockhill found Eaton inside. He was going to shoot it, saw his teammate wide open, and Eaton gets a layup.
Rockhill's so smart. He could have shot that, but saw he had a teammate under the bucket for an easier higher percentage shot.
61-55, a minute to go in the third. Judkins, left side, now to Link Holmes. Holmes drives baseline, can't get a shot away. Excuse me, that was Landick. Landick gets it back from Munson, drives baseline this time, shot up, good, and a foul. Trying to block the shot, but they couldn't get a piece of the ball. Landick makes him pay.
Oh, and Landick was looking for that lob to Munson, and I think the defense was sagging off because Munson just dunked, and by giving just a little ground, he accelerates and gets it to go, takes the foul, and he was fired up after that and one.
Personal foul was called on Brighton Terry, and a 30-second timeout on the floor. We're going to keep it right here. We want to thank our good friend. Well, yeah, you can talk about a replay while I look at a sponsor. How about
that huge replay there. Nice two-hand dunk there from Munson. How many's Munson got right now? 14? I mean,
14,
he's playing terrific. I really like his game, the way it's evolving.
Actually 12. We gave him one too many, but the 12 points. Hey, play-by-play tonight brought to you by Luke Udy. If you're shopping for insurance, well, it's not that fun until you save a ton of money on home, auto, or life insurance. Call Luke Udy today at 435-251-9102. That's Luke Udy, 251-9102. It seems like Crimson has dominated the third quarter. That's what it feels like, but it's not true because the lead is still 8 points. That's what it was at halftime at 63-55. And Landick can make it 9 here with an and one. Mason Landick with 7 in the quarter, 13 in the game. See a good-looking shot there of the kid with his. You think that's a perm, or do you think his hair is naturally that curly, Devin?
I'll have to ask him.
He does make the free throw at 64-55, under a minute to go. Matthews cut off. They go into Eaton. Eaton gets away from the double team, shoots it over Munson. Shot no good, and a jump ball. And a little bit of extracurricular there. Let's see if the referee calls something. The fans want a technical or something.
Well, I couldn't tell if Terry just shoved him or he kind of, but that was, Atlantic hit the deck. But take a look. He does kind of throw an elbow. He does throw that elbow right there, and that's a little excessive. And then it was more of the push through that kind of got landed to the ground. And once the contact came, he gave ground.
I think they did call a technical, Devin. I think they're going to give free throws for Crimson Cliffs, and they'll walk to the other end and give free throws to Desert Hills.
Well, you can see right here,
right
he
there.
Swings the bow.
Didn't need to do that.
You know, you're in a jump ball situation. The ref's already called it. You don't need to. You can let go, guys.
Hear that whistle? Just let go.
You can let go there. I know you want to end up with the ball, and you're taught to just squeeze on, hold on. But that time, Landick kind of let go, and then he continues to swing, and that didn't look good.
The referee is walking to the one end, and I'm not sure why, because they called a technical after the foul, they should shoot the free throws at this end and then the free throws at that end.
Correct.
Let's see what they decide to do. There is a momentary timeout as the referees discuss it. Hopefully they'll figure that out.
Fortunately for Landick, he missed chin with that elbow.
Yeah, that could have hurt.
He didn't square that up. You know, you look around the NBA and they'll swing a bow and they catch somebody and it's automatically a flagrant foul.
Yeah.
Now, you know, this is not the NBA. I'm just saying that they've really started to cut down on that elbow swing.
And it is worth a mention, you and I are seeing the replay, Devin. The people that are watching can see the replay. The referees do not have that luxury. There's no instant replay in high school sports. They're going to give Landick now
the
technical free throws.
And Coach Winter's wanting an explanation.
Landick hits the first one. A few Crimson fans chanting flopper. I don't think he flopped. I think he got pushed down. Landick now with 9 in the quarter, 10 in the quarter. He has 16 in the game.
I didn't think Crimson students were allowed in the gym. Maybe some of the JV or sophomore kids.
Yeah,
no, because they're sitting over there.
Where'd the sound? It was right below us, wasn't it? The flopper chant.
Yeah, there was one or two. I heard it.
Well, and so instead of a 9-point
I don't think
game,
that was a flop, Andy. I don't think those
either,
kids know what they're saying. I don't think Landick really flopped.
Instead of a 9-point game in Crimson ball, it's an 11-point game in Thunder ball, and they'll play for one shot here, I'm almost sure, with 30 seconds to go.
Huge sequence.
Landick being guarded one-on-one by Rockhill. Now he gives it up. Drive in the lane, kick in the corner. They need to shoot yet. Still got 15 seconds to go. Back to Landick. Little no-look pass inside. The layup is up and good. The lead is 13. 5 seconds to go. Time to get a shot away. The little runner is up and good by Rockhill. That might be what they needed to maybe have a chance in this game. The running three by Trey Rockhill.
I'll tell you what, Mason Landick's messing around, flirting with a triple-double, but Trey Rockhill gives him some momentum and keeps it just a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter. Hang on tight. We're in store for a great finish here, Andy.
68-58 on our one-loss scoreboard. Back in 1 minute.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
You're ready for the fourth quarter. By the way, it was Brexton Hansen that hit that shot on the dime from Landick just before the three, or the running three by Rockhill. 68-58 as we start quarter number 4. They skip it over to Sampson rather. Sampson to Eaton, back to Sampson. They go in the post now, backing his way down. Little jump hook up, no good on the shot by Terry, and a rebound to Vandermeid.
And Reggie Newby, just contested it. He didn't try to block it, didn't commit a foul, just, put a hand in the face, a good contested shot, but one that, Terry probably should have had.
Vandermeid left side to Landick. Landick has been phenomenal here in the second half. Gets a screen from Munson. Looks inside, nowhere to go. Back outside to Newby. Newby into Munson. Munson gets away from his guy, shoots it up and in, and a foul. Chance for the and one. The Thunder are starting to pull away.
And Landick frees it up, gets a good spot to Newby, and Newby puts that bounce pass right on Munson. Once he collected it, he could go to the hard spin. Good entry pass, and once Terry committed to trying to front and steal it, then it was too late. Munson, once he caught it, was going to get the and one.
Eaton with the personal, his third. Chance for a three-point play for Munson to make it the biggest lead of the night. And it's no good. It's still the biggest lead at 12. Munson with 14 now. Crimson needs some buckets. Rockhill's been pretty quiet in this game. 8 points. 3 out of the corner. In and out, no good. Munson way above everyone else on the glass, and he hands off to Landick. 7 minutes left. The lead is a dozen. Landick, stop and pop, screen three, no good. Rebound and an over the back foul call. Probably a pretty good foul on good call on Vandermeid.
McMillan was the guy that I think that went over the top there. Take a look. He was kind of pushing, and he kind of went around and just tipped it out. But maybe the little arm bar early is what the official saw.
Eaton, other end, gets a nice little, boy, he's really good at rising mid-range and hitting those. He makes it a 10-point game.
Yeah, he was getting minutes as a freshman last year, and now as a sophomore. He's really, really strong physical for his age.
He's got 14 points. Man-to-man
defense. Every one of them, too, haven't they?
They have. Landick looks over for Munson, not there. Back to Newby for three. Shot too hard, no good. Rebound, fought for, and over the back or a jump? Jump ball call.
Yeah, look at the hustle from Judkins. These two teams want it, man. These two teams are high-level basketball going on right now. And if they don't give that quick call, Judkins ends up with that ball. That's a pretty quick jump ball.
Hawes and Judkins with a jump call. 10-point game, 6:23 left. Desert Hills looking like they're going to defend home court. Crimson looking to make a run here.
There's still plenty of time to do it if you're the Mustangs.
Landick to trigger, goes to Newby. Newby drives baseline, shot blocked out of there. A late whistle called on Felder, and that'll be foul number 4 if they give it to him.
I think they're going to get Sampson. From the backside, trying to block that shot.
Yep, you're right. 14, not 34, got the personal. They were both there.
Yeah, Sampson's coming from the backside, and he got a lot of ball.
And he also got hit in the face for his efforts
Yeah.
on the follow-through. Free throw no good for Newby. That might be the first shot he's missed in quite some time. Reggie with 16 points. 17 points now. See 5, 7, 9, 10, 16 for Landick.
Yeah,
And 14 for Munson.
Yeah, those three have been really good tonight. And what a denial and a steal from Justin Judkins.
Judkins drives, crossover on his man, and has it blocked out of there. Probably should have kicked it out that time. He had a bigger man on him. And Felder with the block.
Well, he gave him the pump fake, but he didn't leave his feet. And once he rised again, then it was an easy block.
Rockhill inside Felder. Great body control for the big guy, and he lays it in and makes it a 9-point game.
Yeah, I'd go inside, and if Felder and Eaton can keep scoring, great. If they double team, then kick out and get Sampson or Rockhill or Hawes open threes.
And a beautiful tip and a steal as throwing it off of Judkins' legs with a hustling Hudson Hawes.
Oh, this game's far from over. This Mustang team, they can go on a little 4 or 5-0 run right now, and there's still a long way to go. Still 5:30 left on the Nets on Fire clock.
Rockhill stop and pop three. That's no good. Rebound fought for, and Newby comes away with it. Gets to the Atlantic. They've got numbers 4 on 3. No look pass inside layup up and good. How about Mr. Landick?
Yeah,
wow.
He's sensational. Signed, verbally committed to Eastern Washington University. Big Sky. They're going to get a good point guard and then a drive and a foul. Rockhill
has settled for the most part in this game for the three-point shot, Devin, and this time he doesn't settle. He goes to the hole, and this will be only the 3rd and 4th free throws of the game for the Mustangs.
By the way, it's a final Hearst Ace Hardware update. Snow Canyon's beating Pineview tonight 59-42.
Okay, let me write that one down.
59-42, so 17-point win tonight for the Warriors. They go to 1-1.
We saw Cedar was up 30 on Hurricanes, so you've got to assume that Cedar is going to go 2-0. Rockhill, it's a couple of free throws, makes it a 9-point game. Rockhill's been pretty quiet. That's 10 points for him. Guy that averages about 20. Ball tipped away and stolen. 9-point game. Mustangs now get the turnover, and they'll push it hard. Sampson lost it, got it back. Bump, no harm, no foul. Keeping it alive, and finally Coach Winter says this is not a good possession. Let's talk it over. Timeout on the floor. Brought to you by the Scott Gibson team at Intercap Lending. A full timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute. It's a 9-point lead for the Thunder.
All right, Lawrence, bring it in.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to pancake McKeever.
Okay.
You go to the right hard.
Go to the right.
Full speed.
Yes, full speed.
Don't go full speed in rehearsal.
Yes.
Our ratings are never going to go up.
Okay, let's put these little babies to bed.
Ready? Break. Hey, Brent, when we're done, you can go back to playing Pokemon with those nerds you hang out with at Snow Canyon.
Ha ha ha, ha ha. Ready. Down. Hot, hot.
Oh.
Welcome back. I can make your hands clap. Well, your hands can clap right now if you're a Thunder fan, as they've got a 9-point lead with 4:52 on the clock. Cole Sampson, the leader in the clubhouse right now for Crimson Cliffs. He has 15 in the game. Trey Rockhill has 10. Catch and shoot three by Hawes. That's no good. Rebounding foul called on Landick, I believe. Went a little too far to try to box Sampson out. And Mason Landick gets the personal. No free throws yet. That is team foul number 5 now on the Thunder. We may actually see some one-on-one free throws before this thing's over, Devin.
Yeah, there's a lot of game left. Anything can happen.
3 out of the corner. That is up, no good. Munson above everybody, including Felder, for the great rebound.
He's got to have the double-double secured. I don't have his rebounding numbers, but I'm pretty sure he's got 10. I think he's got 3 blocks already tonight. He's having a great ball game.
Handful of dunks. Newby gets an open angle three. That rattles home. Reggie Newby, the dark horse in this game. He has been good.
Yeah, and I think that's his 5th 3 of the night, if I'm not mistaken.
20 points. Shot at the other end, no good. Rebound Thunder up 12 now with the ball and 4:05 on the clock.
That was a quick, empty possession for Crimson, too. They need stops. Got to string 3 or 4 stops together. Got to go on a little run here.
Yeah, a little takeaway right now, or a little keep away right now for the Thunder, and a pushing foul called on Hawes as Judkins tries to get away, and that will be team foul number 7. So Justin Judkins will go to the line for 1-and-1 free throws.
Desert Hills has done a terrific job taking care of the basketball tonight. Their assist-to-turnover ratio is going to be good at the end of the night tonight.
I think they had a couple early turnover, 2 or 3 in the first quarter, and then after that, they've been solid.
By the way, back to the trivia of the night, does Mason Landick have a perm or not? The answer is yes. That is a perm for Mason Landick. Thank you, Ben, for letting us know.
A free throw, no good, though, by Judkins, and a rebound to the Mustangs. Rare miss for Judkins. He has 11 points in the game. Stop and pop 3. Rockhill got one, and it is a 9-point game.
It was only a matter of time. Trey hasn't had quite a prolific shooting night as he would have liked, but that was a big one.
It's not quite over yet. 3:31 left. Newby will try to match at the other end. He got it. Team Deotto 3. That might be the dagger.
Oh, huge. 3:23 on the Nets on Fire clock. You're only up 9. Rockhill's hit a 3, and Newby hits it from the parking lot.
Number 6 in the game from deep as there's a foul at the other end. Newby has 16 this year coming in. So 6 in this game in less than 1 game after 16 in 9 games. What a game for Reggie Newby. I think we can go ahead and pack up that Death Trucking trophy.
Yeah.
By the way, we had an intentional foul. What if we have a replay on that one, guys? As Crimson will get free throws with nobody at the line, and they'll get the ball. Cole Sampson, free throw good.
How many does Landick have tonight?
Landick has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 16.
16.
Sampson, free throws, hits them both. His first points of the fourth quarter, he now has 17 in the game. Sampson keeping his team in it. It's still a 10-point game, though, with 3:21 left. And by the way, our Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert has been obliterated back in the third quarter. You can go get that free 5 ounces of yogurt at Yogurtland, courtesy of Holbrook Asphalt. Skip pass to Eaton. Eaton fakes a 3, drives in, stop and pop 15, and he got a nice roll. It's an 8-point game. And how about Jordan Eaton? He has 16 in the game for the Mustangs. No full-court press, kick in the corner, 3 out of the corner, Newby. And that is, oh my goodness, when you're hot, you're hot. That was off the mark, but he got the roll.
7 Team D3s for Reg tonight. Oh, he's feeling it. Rockhill trying to answer. Yes. Ooh.
Goes back to an 8-point game.
Well, you were right. This is a shootout tonight. I thought these teams would try to slow each other down a little bit more with some good defensive play, but both these teams are scoring it this evening.
Yeah, I'm kind of right. I said 70 would win this game. You have to have at least 70 to win the game. You're going to might have to have 90 to win this one. Full timeout. We'll take a break. 2:47 left. 8-point Thunder lead.
Beyond the park you know exists a world you don't. A world that is greater. Greater than just one passion. Greater than just one adventure. Greater than just one moment. Come to where life is greater. Come to Greater Zion.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
Welcome back, Andy and Devin. We have been entertained. Are you not entertained, as Russell Crowe would say? Yes, we are, very much so. 82-74, 156 points in a high school game. We still got a couple of minutes left.
Well, we were hyping it, but for obvious reasons. I mean, these two teams are good. They're going to make deep runs this year.
Up and under move, no good. Rebound Munson, and he is fouled. Vandermeide would like to have that one back. He tried to get cute instead of powering it to the hole.
Yeah, I thought he should have tried to just rise and dunk it. But Munson, again, right place, right time. I've been really impressed with Keegan's play tonight. I mean, college coaches watch this game film, and they're going to go, okay, I can find a spot for you on my roster.
That's right.
As he drills it from the Fab Freddy's free throw line.
Yeah, tried to up and under it. Probably would have gotten fouled at least, but Munson there. Johnny on the spot for the rebound. Free throw good, and he hits a pair. That's 16 in the game for Keegan Munson to go with what we think is at least 10 rebounds. And the lead is 10. Hawes crosses Newby over. Little runner off the glass, up and good. It's an 8-point game, but they're running out of time now.
You can't trade buckets, that's for sure. Got to get stops.
By the way, Hawes only 5 points in this game. Landick all the way in. Finger roll over Felder. The lead is back to 10. Mason Landick has been phenomenal here in the second half. And it's 86-76. Ball nearly stolen away. And the referee looked like he wasn't going to call over and back or backcourt. And then at the last second, he's like, maybe I will.
Yeah, I think Coach Allred got his attention. And, Judkins did tip it, but I don't think he ever tipped it away from him. And so I think that's the right call.
Well, if Judkins touched it last.
Judkins touch it last? But he caught it.
He touched it before.
Yep, he touched it before. You're right. Judkins did tip it, though.
Meanwhile, other end, Eaton's got it. Catch from 15, got it.
Oh, I like
it's an 8-point game with 2 minutes left.
I like his mid-range game tonight. Jordan Eaton, sensational sophomore.
18-point game for that young man, along with Felder, who's in double digits. The Softs have ruled the world for Crimson. Landick, backdoor pass. Vandermeide threw it away. Collision out there in front of the Desert Hills bench, and they're going to say personal foul on Crimson.
Like to welcome our listeners in on ESPN 97.7 tonight that we're listening to the Snow Canyon game. Snow Canyon has beaten Pineview tonight. We'll give you a little bonus coverage here. 1:43 to go fourth quarter, and it's been a track meet. 86-78, Thunder lead the Mustangs. Up there on the one-loss
That's
scoreboard.
a lot of points in a basketball game. A high school basketball game is 32 minutes regulation. We've played 30 of those, and we have 164 points on the board.
By the way, Cedar has won tonight. Her State's Hardware update, 79-53 the final. Cedar now 2-0 in region play.
Landick to the line for 1-1 as the Thunder try to ice this game. That first one is good. It's 9 now, 87-78. This one would make it 10, and swish.
Yeah, you can't keep him down for 2 halves. Only had 6 in the first half, but he has been unbelievably good in this second half.
6 out of 7 from the line. Rockhill to Eaton. Back to Rockhill. Rise from deep. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound to Sampson. Sampson, 16-footer over Munson, no good. Rebound, Munson goes to the floor with the basketball. And Munson looked like maybe he's hurt. Uh-oh. It might be a knee.
He's grabbing his ankle or his calf. He landed on his backside. The outside official called a travel. The inside officials let it play on. That is not good. This is a scary moment. Keegan Munson is in obvious pain. Trainer, Intermountain Sports Medicine, one of our great sponsors. Their staff doing such an incredible job all season long, keeping these athletes safe. And
maybe a twisted ankle. That would be best case, a little ankle twist.
Hopefully it's a cramp. Maybe that's best case too.
Yeah, you're right.
Cramp would be better than the ankle sprain. Those high ankle sprains. Take a look on the replay here. He goes in, just wants that ball, and it just kind of gave. It was a little slippage of the ankle, but it didn't roll. It never rolled.
They're working on Keegan. He is still in very much pain. Look like they're working his calf. That would actually, if it's a little muscle problem, a little cramp, that's really the best thing that would happen here.
Mark Harris, the Intermountain Sports Medicine trainer. Of course, appreciate Intermountain Sports Medicine for their great coverage. Dr. Millwood, Dr.
I think
Grimes.
it's a cramp. The way they're stretching
I'm hoping.
him, I think that's
I thought
cramp.
I saw that calf bulging a little bit there.
1:25 left. It's a 10-point lead, and Coach Allred walks away seemingly happy that it is just a cramp with his star center, Keegan Munson. Let's take a 30-second timeout. We're back in 30 seconds with 1:25 left. The Thunder up by 10.
There is a place where the desert comes alive, where rain breaks forth from solid stone and gardens spring from blistered rock. There is a place with enough color to make a rainbow jealous, where boulders are bigger than buildings and cliffs are higher than clouds. There is a place that will straighten your step, tighten your grip, widen your eyes, and open your jaw. There is a place.
Welcome back as we are here at the Thunderdome. Good news, it looks like to me it was cramps for Keegan Munson.
Yeah.
He has played a whale of a game, and if anybody deserved to cramp up, it's a guy that gave every bit of effort tonight. And it looks like Munson's going to be okay. Thank goodness.
Yeah, that's good. They're not taking him back to the locker room. He's walking under his own power. This team wants to win a state championship. They're going to need Keegan Munson.
Ball comes into Sampson. No foul on the screen. They go to Hawes. Hawes looking for help. Goes baseline to Eaton. Eaton turnaround jumper is up. No good. Rebound 5-4, and it's going to coming out of there. Reggie Newby. Several Desert Hills players, Devin, have had special nights. Landick with the passing, Munson with the dunks and the rebounding, and Reggie Newby
With
has
the
shot
three-pointers.
lights out.
Yeah, 7 threes in this game.
Landick all the way coast to coast, and that is the nail in the coffin. Landick lays it up, makes it a 12-point game.
Yeah, and they're closing this game out on the defensive end, but they don't just sit and waste time. Landick blows by you, scores a bucket, quick shot up, no good, and now Desert Hills can just run out the clock. A 90-burger dropped tonight for the Thunder. That is a season high in points for D Hills, and they did it without Peyton Holmes tonight, who was missing this game.
Ball pass tipped out of bounds as Sampson gets a piece of the Newby pass. 31 seconds ago, it's 90-78, and you can start warming up the bus. Crimson will make the very short drive home. A lot of basketball left this season, but it looks like the Thunder are going to be the #1 ranked team in the state after tonight.
Yeah, and deservedly so. It's been a nice win. Offense has been there.
Landick drops it off to Vandermeid. He has it blocked, gets it back, and lays it in. The lead is 14.
Does that cost Landick an assist?
Yeah, I think it does.
Oh, darn it. I think he's got 12 tonight.
12 seconds to go as we got an air ball at the other end, and now they can, in fact, run things out.
Yeah, Hawes hadn't had a good shooting night. I mean, that one was just rushed, just trying to throw up and hope. But, Crib's going to be fine. They're going to be fine. They'll
3
get better.
seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that's your ball game. 92 points for Desert Hills. They scored, get this, Devin, 26 in the second quarter, 24 in the third quarter, and how about 24 in the fourth quarter?
That's incredible.
That's NBA incredible right there.
Yeah, I mean, this team, if they can play offensively like that, they're going to be really tough to beat. They're 10-0. They stay undefeated. But I was impressed with that defense in that fourth quarter, fighting off every Crimson rally, fighting for rebounds. They sealed it on the defensive end. There's still a ways to go, but Desert Hills, they're going to be tough to beat all year long.
A lot has been made about this athletic Crimson Cliffs team, but I think we saw that Desert Hills, athletic-wise, can play with anybody and then some. They win it tonight, 92-78. The Johnson Pediatric postgame show is coming up here on KDXU and on ESPN Radio. Thanks for joining us tonight. What a contest. Desert Hills reigns supreme, 92-78. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
I work out every day. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 24. COVID won't kill me.
I have antibodies. COVID won't kill me.
It's been a long week. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 25. COVID won't kill me.
I'm partying outside. COVID won't kill me.
I don't need to wear a mask around my friends. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 23. COVID won't kill me.
If I haven't gotten it yet, COVID won't kill me.
I'm young. COVID won't kill me.
Famous last words. Don't let them be yours. Socially distance. Mask up, America.
Get our print curve here. And there's the bottom. Does this one have more water?
There's a rush coming.
Let's rush best 9 plays from last week in Region 9. Number 1 better be good.
One-handed grab, and Luke Wright is going to score a touchdown on one of the better grabs you'll ever see in high school football.
Lawrence, are you going to do anything, or are you just going to sit there?
This is Henry Bouchard, Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I never found a customer base more in need of fine American-made sucking power than I found up and down the Wasatch Front in the mid-1980s.
There's one thing coaches love, it's media guys telling them how good or bad their team is.
My pick for the 4A state championship this year when it comes to football is the Stansbury Stallions.
Give me a break. This isn't a contest about who can shovel the most corn silage. I like Pine View.
Party time at Desert Hills High School. The Thunder passed their first big test of the season as Desert Hills wins it by a count of 92-78. The Thunder improved to 10-0 overall and 2-0 in region plays. Crimson Cliffs drops to 9-1 overall and 1-1 in region play. Our postgame today brought to you by our good friends at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Dr. Cody Johnson and his staff make your kids feel right at home. See why so many are choosing Johnson Pediatrics. Call 628-0511 and ask for that new patient special at Johnson Pediatrics. We'll be coming up with a couple of awards, including our Dad's Trucking Player of the Game, our AWP Playmaker Play of the Game, and the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert is in effect, man.
It's on.
Yeah,
yes,
it was on. It was on in the third quarter, almost the second quarter, but it was on in the third quarter. Devin, let's just kind of big picture this right away. What does this mean as far as the grand scheme of things in Region 9 basketball?
Crimson's got one loss, and Desert Hills doesn't have a loss. I mean, it's so early. I'm not going to put too much stock in this. I mean, I think Crimson going to be just fine. They're going to win a ton of games. I mean, if I'm Coach Winters, maybe some things on film we can go back to. They got to get a little bit better defensively in some areas. The outside shooting wasn't there tonight for Hudson Hawes. Even Trey Rockhill didn't shoot it as well as he normally does. So, they'll be fine, though. Sometimes in basketball that happens. Desert Hills, I said the number one key in the start of our broadcast, this was a revenge game. Crimson embarrassed Desert Hills, beat them twice last year. Brand new school, they beat them twice. And they played with a little bit more intensity, a little bit more emotion, and a really collective team effort. So, Crimson's going to be right there. They got Dixie a week from tonight, another huge test for them. But, I'm not too worried about Coach Winters and his kids. They're resilient. They'll bounce back, and they're going to win a lot of games in region play.
Let's go to the highlights here. For those of you watching on the internet and on television, CECTV has put together some great highlights. Devin?
Yeah, no question about it. Great outside jumper there from Reggie Newby. One of his 7 Team D threes. But I liked how Eaton came out. Eaton came out and had bucket after bucket after bucket. Him and Felder, those two bigs that are young sophomores, are going to be good for a long time for Coach Casey Winters. You see another bucket there from Eaton. Vandermine showing you the range with a straightaway triple. He had a nice night. Got the start with Peyton Holmes out tonight. Sampson, I wish every time Sampson put on the deck, got it by his defender, he scored. Love to see a little bit more. This was the shot right here that got Landick going in the second half, though. That deep 2, and then boom. Once he sees it through, nothing but nylon again for Landick. I think he was really close to a triple-double tonight. I don't think he quite had 10 rebounds. I'm waiting for the final full box score, but we'll see. But Munson was a disruptor tonight. You can see on both ends of the floor. Hope he's okay. Scary moment there late. Here's another blow-by Sampson. A couple times in this game, he uses that length and is able to finish. But that time, Vandermine tracks it down, blocks it off the backboard. Newby misses, but there's Munson with the tip-in. And then you're going to see Munson give and go. Juddy pick and roll. Munson, 2-hand slam. He had 3 dunks tonight. Look at eyes in the back of his head. Landick knows where everybody's at all times. Olsen had that bucket. Rockhill there with that buzzer beater at the end of the third quarter. But it wasn't to be. Is Landick another helper to Judkins? Little no look. And then Newby again from outside. Sensational shooting night for Reggie as he holds his hand in front of the student body section. Rockhill answering.
If you're not, if you're a newbie and you're shooting those shots and missing them late in the game like that, coach is hollering at you. But he was feeling it, and he hit him.
Yeah.
And Reggie Newby had a phenomenal night. We'll talk about that in just a second as we finish these highlights. Another blow-by Mason.
Yeah, this was kind of the dagger there with just about 1:10 left on the clock, and that kind of sealed it. 92 tonight. Certainly, the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert is in effect. If you're listening on radio, head over to the St. George Yogurtland. Get what you want. Check out your first 5 ounces are free for you, your whole family, anybody. Just ask for it to check out the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert. Just say, hey, I heard Desert Hills went over 55 points. They put 92 on the board tonight in a big, big win over Crimson Cliffs.
Devin, you got, Trey Rockhill, Hudson Hawes, Cole Sampson on the floor. You got Keegan Munson. You got Mason Landick on the floor. Who's your leading scorer tonight? It's one of those guys for sure, right?
Yeah.
No, it's Reggie Newby. What a game for Reggie Newby. 7 3-pointers, 26 points on the board. I would surmise that's a career high for Reg.
Yeah, we'd have to check that, but you might be right. He can shoot it. If there was a Region 9 3-point shooting contest, he would be in it, man. He can absolutely shoot the rock, and he had a great night. Got going early, never really slowed down. One of those special nights he'll remember forever. That's just one of those games where you're playing a rival and you're on your home court, and it's the first region game on a Friday night, and you got more fans in the stands, and you drop 7 threes and score 26. He's got to be the Dance Trucking Player of the game.
Yeah, easy call there, our Dance Trucking Player of the game. Although we could throw up some honorable mention badges for Keegan Munson, who had 16 points and we're guessing about 12 rebounds, and Mason Landick. What a game for that kid. 6 points at half, 16 in the second half, and at least 9 or 10 assists in the contest.
Yeah. I'm checking. Let me refresh, see if I got the box score, but I bet you're right. I bet he had at least 11, 12 dimes.
So, leading scorer 26 Newby, 22 Landick, 16 for Munson, 11 in the game for Justin Judkins. And how about Vandermeide stepping in place of Peyton Holmes? He goes with 9 points and had a couple of block shots. Really had a nice game.
Yeah, you scored 92. There's plenty of love to go around, isn't there?
Yep.
Everybody kind of had their role tonight, and some guys took on multiple roles. I thought Munson's presence in the paint was terrific. Really got the crowd going with a bunch of dunks. Landick with the assists. Reggie with the threes.
Yeah.
But there was everybody played well tonight. That might have been the most complete game Desert Hills has played all season against the best opponent they've played all season.
Well, because in stat line on the other side of the ledger, 4 guys with similar scoring nights for Crimson Cliffs. Jordan Eaton led the way with 18 points. He averages 8. Great game for him. 17 for Cole Sampson. He really helped keep him in it in the third quarter. He had a couple of threes. 16 for Trey Rockhill. 8 of his 16 coming in the fourth quarter, and also 16 points for sophomore Brock Felder. That's sophomore Brock Felder, sophomore Jordan Eaton combining for 34.
Yeah, really terrific. The future's so bright.
Yeah.
Really, those guys were great. They'll learn from this game. They'll take the positives out of it, and they'll get ready for next week's region play. And those guys are going to be capable of doing that night in, night out, because you get so much attention on that guard line, and those guys get to the middle, and they create, and double teams come, and Felder and Eaton can really, really score in that low block. I think Eaton showed a little more range tonight. Hit a bunch of mid-range jumpers, but both those guys are special players. Coach Winter's going to have fun coaching them for the next couple years.
Yeah, and he will coach them up. You can guarantee that. All right, we already handed out our Dance Trucking Player of the Game, Reggie Newby. How about an AWP Playmaker Play of the Game? I can count at least 5 no-look assists for Mason Landick. I don't know which one we want to pick, Devin.
Man.
Or another play.
I love that pick and roll late there when you're trying to fight off the rally, and Judkins got it to Munson, because it reminded me of Stockton and Malone. That one, I think the time, but there was a couple threes in a row there by Newby late in that fourth quarter that kind of sealed it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, that pick. I love the no look from Landick.
How many did he have?
Pick one. I think Judkins to Munson pick and roll is my vote for the Playmaker Play of the Game, because it came with about 3.5 minutes in the fourth. It was still a 7-8 point game there. Crimson was just kind of hanging around trying to make a run, and that was a beautiful play.
It's easier than you think to buy direct and save at Appliance Wholesalers Plus, the #1 playmakers in the appliance business. They're open to the public across the freeway, right from the Bloomington Walmart there. Save money at AWP, our AWP Playmaker Play of the Game. A little Stockton to Malone, a little Judkins to Munson for 2 as the Desert Hills Thunder win it tonight, 92-78. Devin, how do you want to set up this whole post-game thing? And are we going back to ESPN? What are we doing here?
We are going to – do we need to?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, we'll stay on the simulcast then. Let's just take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll wrap up all the region scores for tonight, and we'll pick our Handel's Homemade Ice Cream Player of the Night after this 60-second timeout.
Do we need to call now?
Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. So if you're looking for me, then you better look down where there's tall palm trees and shopping sprees. Sip my ties and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Volunteering Devin to give people stuff. Have you noticed? I don't know why I do that.
Oh, shoot, man. We're back. This is we're kind of segueing out of the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Appreciate Dr. Cody. Into our wrap-up show brought to you by Ideal Home and Paint and built by Bucks Ace Hardware. He's Andy. I'm Devin. And that's going to be a quick wrap-up show here. 92-78, the final on the one-loss scoreboard tonight. Desert Hills now 10-0. They should clearly leapfrog Crimson Cliffs and be the #1 team in the RPI. It'll be interesting to see how far down Crimson slips. Do they slip 2 spots, 1 spot, 3 spots?
Maybe no spots. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Let's go through the other scores for you tonight. No problem for Cedar City. They run away and hide from Hurricane. It was back-to-back home games for Cedar to start region play tonight. And it was 79-53 the final. Reds are now 2-0 in region, 7-2 overall. Hurricane drops to 0-2. Dixie, no problem. First home game. Flyboys, 71-40. They beat Canyon View. Isaac Finlinson drops 31 in the win for the Flyers.
You can't keep a good man down.
Yes, he we were talking about in the pregame. I expected Finlinson to have a bounce back performance after, not getting as much work in a blowout victory on Wednesday and only going 7 for 20, and he did in a big way. And then the other game tonight, it was a win for the Snow Canyon Warriors. They're now 1-1 region play. Pineview drops to 0-2, 59-42 the final in that one. So those are your finals tonight. And 3 teams right now undefeated in region play, right, AG?
Yeah, 3
Cedar,
teams left.
Dixie,
Cedar, Dixie,
Desert Hills.
Desert Hills now. And Dixie and Cedar haven't really been tested yet. Big time. Desert Hills passes the first test. I mean, if we're going through a semester, this was the midterm right here. And I know it's early, but we're kind of halfway through the season if you count preseason. And they passed. They got an A+ tonight.
Yeah, no question about it. We do want to remind everybody the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert is on, so you can go over to St. George Yogurtland. First 5 ounces are free. Compliments of Holbrook Asphalt. Real quickly,
I want to throw a score of the night at you just for fun.
Do it.
It's a 1A score. Layton Christian played St. Joseph tonight. It was a close one. No, 106-16. Devin.
Ooh.
106-6. That's as bad as your state championship football game.
Wow.
What was it? 70-0?
Yeah, we did. We did get that one, 70-0.
I'm never gonna let you forget that, man.
No, I won't.
You should have taken a knee for crying out loud.
Well, I didn't even get to play in the second half. The other team should have played better.
Take a knee in the second quarter, man.
Gosh. You work your whole career to play the second half of a state championship game, and you're done at halftime, Coach says.
Seriously.
And you still get accused of running up
What was the
score.
halftime score?
49-0.
Okay.
We didn't. We called off the dogs. We put
They
in
should have let you score once in the third quarter, don't you think?
You'd think.
Yeah.
You'd think. But the backup running back. Anyway, that's another story for another day.
You never told me the other story.
I'll save it. I'll save it.
All right. Save it
All
for
right.
the
Our
blowout.
Handles Homemade Ice Cream Player of the Night.
That's going to be tough.
Well, it's tough because we don't have eyes on the other games.
Yeah, we know that Isaac Finlayson had 31 points.
Yeah.
And that's going to be hard to beat, although when you make 7 3-pointers in a game and you had 16 in the year, that's what Reggie Newby did. That's hard to beat as well.
Yeah, no question. And this was a huge win. This was a battle between unbeatens. You know, Dixie's at home. They're playing Canyon View, who might be down a little bit this year. And we expect Finlayson to maybe lead the region in scoring. But, you know, with Landick and Munson and Holmes out, you know, Newby came up clutch. So I'm kind of leaning Dad's Trucking Player of the Game tonight, or excuse me, Handles Homemade Ice Cream Player. Because 31 in high school is great, right? And Finlayson's a next-level kid. He's getting recruited. I was talking with his dad the other day. Dixie State really, really wants him. They've already offered him. So is Cornell. So is Utah Valley. So I think SUU has. There's a number of – I think he's got 5 or 6 offers right now. And I can't ignore you, Finn. 31 tonight. But Newby, we saw it firsthand. 7 threes, 26, and a win in a battle of unbeatens. We got to go Handles Homemade Ice. Double scoop.
Okay, double decker. I like it. I was just going to throw this out there. If Finlayson doesn't score 31, if he scores 10, I think they still win that game. If we don't get 26 from Newby tonight, I'm not sure Desert Hills wins this game.
Fair point. Fair point. Yeah. So maybe it's 1A, 1B kind of a thing.
Yeah,
with slight edge to
Yeah.
Newby, but plenty of love to go around. I don't have all the other boxes, and I still have not gotten the final. I wanted to see. I'll send a tweet out once I get the final stats on this game because I gotta believe that Munson had a double-double, and I think Mason Landick was really close to messing around and getting a triple-double tonight. I think he was a couple rebounds shy, but really close.
Yeah, I think he got there in assists, and some of his assists were just next-level spectacular.
This Desert Hills team's gonna be tough to beat. There's no question about it. Coach Allred gutted it out. He wasn't feeling good today, and hopefully he'll sleep well tonight after a victory for the Thunder. Again,
he will.
Your winners tonight: Desert Hills 92-78 over Crimson here on CECTV on the live stream. Great shots and pictures from our team: Marcus Farnsworth, Lauren, James, the whole crew. Great job again. Glad to have them back. We're going to be doing about 9 more high school basketball games over the next month and a half. So we'll have a lot more games for you on the live stream. So you can watch in with these limited crowds. That's huge for people because I know you want to see some of the action like tonight, which was incredible. And then, again, Cedar beat Hurricane. It was Snow Canyon beating Pineview and Dixie over Canyon View. For Andy Griffin, Devin Dixon, this has been the Region 9 Wrap-Up Show brought to you by Ideal Home and Paint and built by Bucks Ace Hardware. Thanks to Finley Subaru, East West Clinic, Camping World St. George, and, again, our Handles Homemade Ice Cream Region-wide Player of the Night tonight. We go Reggie Newby 1A and Isaac Finlayson 1B. Double scoop for each over there at Handles. They're open late on Friday night. We'll see you next time. Have a great weekend, everybody. And, hey, NFL playoffs, we got 6 games, all 6 for you on 97.7 ESPN. You got a BYU game this weekend?
Nope, they're off.
They're off.
They're
so
off,
just news talk for you if you're listening on 94.9. But all 6 and go Hawks, baby. Go Hawks. They got that afternoon game tomorrow against the Rams. We'll see what happens. Hey, for Andy, I'm Devin. Have a great weekend, everybody.